Here's Johnny.
Yeah. Well, now we done totally messed it up. Now it went live, so I'll do it again. Here's Johnny, and probably no one's even here to see it.
Hello, people. I don't think there is anyone here, but that's the way it
Oh,
goes.
I
Isn't
see
it?
why you got
Oh, I've
Robert.
got two.
Well, we got Robert Mack. He's live right now. Let's go over and see old Robert. I think, and there's the fireworks. Boy, they've been blasting fireworks off the last 2 days with this Chinese New Year.
Yeah, it's the end of it today, isn't it? It's the end of it today.
Unless you're in America, then it goes on forever. Yep. No, Robert's not live right now. I think he stopped.
Yeah. Is it a bank holiday tomorrow? Or in America? It's not a bank holiday tomorrow, is it? It's a bank holiday last week.
No. It's that's America, not China. Even though they probably own half of America.
Oh.
So the story of the day, or there's probably going to be about 1,000 stories of the day.
Which we'll start with Pecco Group.
Well, I wasn't going to. I was going to leave that one totally alone.
Right.
Yeah, Chocolate Man's live right now.
Oh yeah.
It is saying Robert Max live. No, I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, it's Eat Out Patio. Let's see here. I'm trying to find your live channel. Good Lord. I can't even find. Did I unsubscribe to you? Wouldn't surprise me. You know how that goes. Nope. Thailand. Nope. That's the Thailand Digital Nomad. Yep. And it says you're live. So let's go ahead and go in there and give it a thumbs up. 3 watching now. Give it a thumbs up, everybody. I'll be the first thumbs up. Ba-bing. There you go. You're welcome. So I went out today, and I was going to try, since we didn't film on Friday, because we did a repeat and went back to Peaky Blinders, which was incredible as usual.
Oh, no,
I mean, it's so consistent there. I've never eaten a bad meal there. So,
yeah,
I just deserved
it. I just think my body deserved it.
So
that halibut was unbelievable.
It did look good. I'm gonna have to try that halibut. I got the wet burrito again with chicken inside.
I know, but your wet burrito, I looked at yours. I looked at mine. I thought I should have had the burrito, but I'm glad I had the fish because of my weight.
Yeah. So I decided today, they keep putting the adverts up on Facebook. They've got beef eaters. You know how they did the little buffet, the little brunch buffet from 12 to 4. Well, I've had it years ago. I'm talking when I was here on holiday, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this. And so I hit up the missus, and I was like, 12:30, or when she was walking out the door today, I said, we're eating lunch at 12:30. She's like, fine, I have to go shop, open shop, make Lucky Buddha. Papa's in town, to help out with the towels and stuff since Mama's gone. She's going to get him to do the towels, all that stuff. So she said she had to open up the shop, make sure everything's good. So I go down there, pick her up at 12. We roll on down to Beef Eaters, walk in, get to the place, and they asked if we had a reservation. And, of course, I was like, no. And they're like, well, we don't have any seating inside. It's all full. You can sit out on the patio if you want. We have a table out here.
Okay.
And I decided against the patio because, today was a little bit warm. I didn't want to sweat while I was eating because I would have been sweating from all the food and all that stuff. So we did a change of pace. So warning to everybody right now, if you're going to the popular restaurants, make a reservation. I mean, it's getting that crowded here. So I'm not about to slack off Beef Eaters on this one. That was totally on me. That was my fault. I should have called up the day before and made a reservation because they are very crowded at that time. So if there's a place you really want to go to, and it is a popular place, call them a day ahead of time, make a reservation, see if they have something open. And I am going to try to get back to Beef Eaters one day on Saturday or Sunday and do a little video there because evidently it's very popular if I couldn't get in the damn restaurant. So
I think Chocolate Man done it a few weeks ago, didn't he?
Did he? I don't know. Did he do the brunch buffet?
I don't know. It's
I have to tell Chocolate Man stay in his lane. That's I still follow a few people around here, and just like everybody says, you don't really watch, but I still see their content and everything because you and I've had this discussion before. we came out with the food channel, and all of a sudden it seems like there's a lot more YouTubers doing food reviews, or they've always done them. I'm not going to knock. I'm not going to say no one's ever done it, and I came up with this, sole idea. Everybody's done the restaurant reviews, but I've noticed that some of them are really starting to mimic a style that we have or a format. And I'm going, look at you cheeky SOBs. It's like, come on, man, stay in your lane. I'm not over here, reviewing Soy 6.
Good evening, Tim. Tim's in the house.
Tim's here. Which one? Yeah. Oh, up in Udon Thani, Tim.
Yeah, I've met Tim. Tim was down here about a year ago.
You've got to just say NASCAR Tim, and I know who it is right away.
NASCAR Tim, yeah.
So, but that was that. And so guess where we went? Guess where we went for the alternative?
I reckon, did you go into the Spanish place? No?
Oh, yeah. I went to Casa Pascal. I actually walked from Beefeaters on down because I knew, going back.
Oh, it's only around the corner. Come on.
Yeah, it's around the corner, but I didn't want to go one way against traffic, and I wasn't going all the way to Beach Round and making the loop back because I was like, I'm going to drive against the wrong way,
it's about a couple blocks meters. Up. It's 100 meters, but it's a long way.
It's not 100. It's not 100 because I thought it was. I was like, oh, it's right there. And she was like, T-Lock, let's walk. You need to exercise. And we started walking, and she's going, all right, it wasn't as close as I thought. I was like, yeah, have to pass up Robin Hood Tavern. Well, we went up there. And I think that, we've been there a few times now. And when I walked up, they looked at me and they're like, how many?
Really?
And as soon as I told them 2, they were like, okay, no problem. we'll get you in. I think they're waiting for me to go 12.
Was it good? Was it the food good in there today? I bet it was good in there today.
Oh, I'm gonna rub it in. I didn't go for one order of the pork. I didn't go for one order of the pork. I went back for 2. And even the missus said, she was like, I got her. I was like sitting there scooping and putting it on my plate. I was like, here, try this. And I gave her some of that pork, that roasted pork, and she ate it. Yeah, she was sitting there cutting up a tomato, eating it with the tomatoes, and she said it was great. She killed all the vegetables and the salads and everything, and I ordered pancakes, and she scooped up a pancake. Oh, we're going to get Chris in here? See if we can get Chris in the show.
We need to live
send Chris the old link. Let's see if he's blazing up tonight. So we sat there and ate, and of course that was at 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I haven't eaten since. I was stuffed.
That Casa Pascual, I've got to go back there again.
Value for money, hands down, it's got to be one of the best places. Now, I know everybody's going to say, buffet-wise for a brunch or something like that, the Hilton. I haven't gone to the Hilton yet, and I need to do that one day. Maybe when I'm rich and famous like some other people, I'll go there. But when you're talking for 2 of us to eat.
Greedy's in Japan.
Yeah. When for 2 of us to eat, the amount of selection and all of what especially what I ate for 770 baht, you can't beat that. I mean, like you are saying, value for money. People are going to go 770. What is that? A little over 20 US, something like that. But we had a buffet for 2 of us, and it's quality food. It's not crap food. I don't even think you can go to. I think we got out cheaper there than we normally do when we go to Sizzler. And you cut your time. Look down. You muted yourself. Don't do that.
325.
Yeah, 312. So 770, whatever that is. 350,
350. Yeah, it's over 350.
385, whatever it is now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So you can't, like I said, you can't beat that. You just can't beat it.
It's just over $10, isn't it? So it's like, wow. Dave, how you doing? How's Dave?
Dave, which one gotta love? I tell you what, I've been staying up later and later and later, and every single time I go to watch Dave's live stream, I wake up, I roll over, do the morning constitution, grab the phone, check the emails, and then go to pull up YouTube, and Dave is already off. So,
well, that's the problem. At the moment, they've got the NFL playoffs are on,
So you're up for that.
So last night I was up from 1 o'clock in the morning, and But because it wasn't my team, I was like in and out of sleep watching it. If you know what I mean, it was like.
Yeah, but it seems like I've been waking up later and later. I think I laid in bed to 9:45 this morning until I actually started stirring around a little bit. Felt good. I've been getting some decent sleep finally.
Really?
So,
yeah. Well, there's only about another 4 weeks left of the football season, so then I can get myself into more of a pattern. Really, I need to go into some form of diet. I need to lose some weight. So,
so, I had a few. Let's see. What's the topics? I was going to tell everybody about my beautiful insurance stories.
Go on, please. Fire away.
Fire away on the insurance.
What about the lady boy story? Or we're holding back on that one?
I was going to hold that out to about 8 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, because I know somebody was waiting in the background, just lurking. I said, "Don't worry, we won't obviously name the person."
Oh no, I was going to hold out till we got I want a big crowd for this one. If y'all are going to have me doing the Lima Bravo stories, look at that. Look at your little Nightbot. It's working. I'll be damned. So
I know that might not be right, but if you send me the right text, I can change it.
It looks good to me.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Close enough. Gotta love some advertisement. Free advertisement. Hey Joe, how you doing? Look at old Joe and Dave are finally talking to each other again.
I know.
How long is it going to be until they ban each other?
They've made up.
Yeah.
Hello. Hey, how you doing, Chris?
Hey boys, how are you?
Was that really a 7-Eleven? Was that really a 7-Eleven noodles?
Big C, same but different. I came for the lady boy story. Let's go, Ryan.
Do we really? I'll get to that in a second.
Huh?
Once I tell you're not in college anymore and you're not poor. What are you doing eating noodles?
No. That don't change the topic. Lady boys is what we're talking about. Come on, you're paying for the tits. The ticket's free.
Okay. Let's see here. So let me give everybody the backstory. So we went to eat the other day and we had us a big crowd with us. And one of the guys that's been coming along, and we're going to call him Fred. Fred's a safe name since.
Or is it John?
We can't say John because we got a John that actually comes and
or is it
confuse it.
Why don't we just use a crazy name like Greenie? I mean, John. John. I mean, Fred.
Greenie was in Japan. He wasn't with us that one.
Yeah, but we could always blame it on Greenie.
Dramas. I know.
Yeah, if Greenie catches the replay of this, it's not Greenie, everyone. It's Fred. We're just going to go with the guy Greenie. Fred. Greenie is in Japan.
Yes, falling down on the snow.
But he's got a great short up. So if you get a chance, go see Greenie's short that he posted today. Did he post it?
I don't think he put it up. Yes, he posted it.
He didn't posted it yet?
I don't think he posted it, will he?
I got to go.
I saw it. I don't know if it was just a link.
I saw what he posted on our group, but I don't think he was going to post it online.
Is that the snow?
Yeah, the snow. Yeah, he says the best short he ever made. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It was a pretty good one. It was. I tell you what, you couldn't beat the scenery though. That was beautiful over there.
He's in a good spot. He's having fun.
Yeah. So we've established it's not Greenie. It's a guy named Fred. So Fred's sitting down with us, and he goes, "All right, guys, I got to tell y'all a story, but don't give me too much hell over it." And so we all look, and we're like, "You have our full attention."
This story. This story.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Do I light up now or
wait till after the noodles? So he, to give you a little background, he is kind of a fresh face here. Came over, extended holiday, going to be here a while, and he is a kid in a candy store right now, kind of like everybody that has come over here for the first time with it wide open. That's a bad euphemism, a bad word to say with this story, wide open. So he is sowing his oats and he's having a good time. So he told us that he went down to one place and met a lady that he fancied, and asked, are you a lady? And she said yes, and brought her back to his room. Now, in the midst of everything, stuff's getting a little hot and heavy. They're kissing it a little bit, having some chatter, this, that, the other. And she looks at him and says, I have to tell you something. And he's like, oh boy, what's going on now? She says, you're so nice, and you've been so nice to me, because he went on to explain that when they had left the bar, she said that she hadn't ate that day and she was very hungry. So he took her to either like 7, broke out the big dollars and brought her to 7 to get something to eat, probably some noodles or hot dogs. Have you ever seen the Thai ladies eat the hot dogs out of the pack? That just trips me out. Right out the refrigerator, eating hot dogs. Well, evidently she really liked the hot dogs more than everybody else. And she tells him, she goes, I'm a lady boy. And by this time, he's now shocked. He's like, what the hell? He didn't get mad or violent or anything, because he's a very nice guy. And he's like, well, what the hell? Why did you tell me when we were in the bar that you were a lady? She's like, well, you don't remember? And he's going, no. He's like, you've come to the bar twice before and we've talked. And no, this was the third time. It's 3 times before. No, the third time was the charm.
Yeah.
He had gone in twice before and chatted her up, bought him a drink, and asked, the question, are you a lady boy? And she had told him yes. And he, cut it off from there and went about his business, went back in a second time, didn't remember, asked the same question. So she said to him, you had come in twice before and asked me if I was a lady, and I told you no, I was a lady boy. So on the third time, I thought that you really liked me and you wanted me to say, yes, I'm a lady. So I told you yes. And I didn't realize that until I got, back to your place, that you hadn't remembered that I was actually a lady boy. So, and then here's the guy we're talking about right on time, Richard.
Is this what it's come to, guys? We got to talk about hot dogs and lady boys. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to retell your story, Richard, with you not here. I told everybody that your name was Fred, but since you're here, so
where's Mr. Mitch when we need him?
Yeah. So the moral of this story is, guys, these Thais have an incredible memory. They really have an incredible memory, and everybody on this panel is probably going to agree with that statement. Do not slip up. I mean, remember your surroundings, all that stuff.
Literally.
He got lucky. He got real lucky. 1, he is a nice guy. 2, he doesn't drink that much. So he probably went there and may have had a beer or 1 beer. So he still had his wits about him, because I can go on with these stories, because I had another buddy of mine that didn't find out until they were both in the showers, and she had a bigger winky than he did. And that's when all hell broke loose. Tom, do you want to tell your story, or you want me to tell your lady boy story?
No, I'll let you tell it. You can tell it. I got no problem.
So Tom was in Bangkok and he wasn't feeling too well. And he decided he was going down a place. I believe the place that they called in Bangkok is Nana Plaza, and he saw some what he thought were women in nurses' outfits. And so he was like, well, I'm not feeling well. Let me go see the nurse and maybe all this stuff. So of course he goes up, and the nurse was like, yeah, I have no problems. Come in this room upstairs and, I'll give you the full workout. And of course, he said it was very odd when she wanted to do the rectal temperature check. She was giving him a massage on his shoulders at the same time. And that's when he kind of figured out this really wasn't a real nurse, and something fishy was going on. So
was it a real thermometer?
He said it tasted like shit. So, yeah, that's the end of our lady boy dramas here, ladies and gentlemen. Now back to the regular scheduled crap.
That's the end of the ones that we will admit to.
Yes. Yeah.
Come on, you Niners. Go Niners.
Yeah. So, I don't think I did that story justice. Richard will probably give me shit in a little while if he's on his game, since he's drunk.
I think he might use it.
Well, not use it. Richard's going to sit there and try to talk, and he doesn't realize he's still on mute. You see that little microphone with the slash through it? Come on,
I was nice. I put myself on mute while I shook up my bottle, and then I forgot to take myself off mute.
Damn amateur hour over here.
Yeah, well, it's been a couple weeks.
I get it.
Time off for good behavior.
Are you coming back next week, or are we still kind of?
Yeah, I may take next week off just because next week is kind of our end of fiscal year. So it's like all hands on deck, crazy, nutty hours. It's like I could do the show, but no time to prep for it. So it would be like your show.
He's talking to this guy. That guy. Yeah, that guy. I'm just a guest here. Yeah. Honeybee's here. Who's Honeybee? Hello, Honeybee. Thanks for the thumbs up. Tom appreciates it.
Old guys rule. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah. Old Yermo Joe. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that who he's rebranded to?
Yes. Now he can talk to Dave.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did Dave fall asleep or go to the koi pond? Is he still here?
Who knows? He said he did a 3-hour marathon. Did a 3-hour marathon earlier. As soon as
Richard comes on, we got 12. So there's like 16 of us there. So I might get a nosebleed.
Yeah.
I went on TikTok, did a little dance promoting the live stream.
Yeah. So insurance, and Richard, you could probably benefit from this one as well. I don't know about you, Chris. I decided to get the big boy insurance here, and I went down to the same place that has been promoted on YouTube by a lot of other YouTubers, and sat down. And normally,
Pacific Cross.
Well, that I'm not going to get into names of places.
Okay.
So this is what I tell everybody. Normally, we all like to pay for shit and get it done the easy way. Licenses, visas, the whole 9 yards. We don't like doing anything. But when it came to insurance, I was getting a little lazy because it is a pain in the ass. But when I went to the office, I sat down, and they were very good. They sat down and they printed out everything for me, like 6 different plans. And I sat there for a good half hour, 45 minutes, reading this shit line by line. Finally, I made a decision. I said,
Tom's a slow reader.
Yeah. Finally, I made a decision on which plan I wanted to go with, and said, here, I want this one. And we started the paperwork, and they said, all right, we've got your email. We'll start processing everything and go from there. Well, when I did the medical disclosure, because I didn't require, because of my age, I didn't require a physical. I disclosed a few of my health issues in the past. Now, let's go over it real quick, and I'll give you the Cliff Notes. In like 1999, I had a shoulder surgery. I had a scope. They scoped it out. 2002, I had a hernia surgery. They fixed a hernia. I had an endoscopy about 3 years ago I was having issues with the GERD, and there was another little medical procedure that I had that I listed as well. So when they did the write-up and they came back with everything, and I had the paperwork that I was looking at, I said, it basically said on my policy that they would not cover anything shoulder related for 3 years. They wouldn't cover anything hernia related for 3 years. They wouldn't cover anything to deal with the gastrointestinal, all that shit for like 3 years, and all this other crap. So at this point in time, it's like, what the hell are they even covering? So I elected to put the brakes on that one and go shopping around. I wind up finding another company that was a little bit cheaper with about the same policy. Chris, we can hear you. If you turn your camera off, it doesn't mean you turn the mic off, by the way. You're like slurping on the bowl now. So
no. I'm not. I'm drinking water. I'm sorry.
I thought it was Richard typing.
Yeah. You're getting ready to tell us all, God damn it, this is boring as crap. So to make a long story short for everybody, one, do your own homework when it comes to insurance. Go shop around. 2, read the fine print and go line by line. Health insurance, from what I'm gathering just by going out there and kind of half-ass looking, is not something you can A, half-ass, B, get somebody to do for you. You're going to have to do your homework and you're going to have to take your time with it. And if you're fat, Pacific Cross is going to charge you a fat boy rate. So if your BMI is up there, well, it's up there. So
is that something they do? Do they weigh you, or they just take a look at you when you're there?
They asked for my weight, my height and weight and everything, and I even kind of fudged it a little bit on the lower end, and my BMI, according to them, was way up over 30, and I'm like, that's not my real BMI, and because where my BMI was at, they were going to charge 25% on top of the premium. So, yeah, that was a chunk of money. I went. I think that premium that I had selected was like 42,000 baht, and it was going to kick it up to like 58,000 baht.
Wow.
I went with another company. Again, I'm not going to name names. If you want to know what insurance I went with, y'all can contact me. I'll tell you then. But it was a Singapore insurance company that does business here. 32,000 baht, and I've got for the year, and I've got inpatient, outpatient. Now, granted, it's going to be a little lower for me since I'm a little bit younger. And the one
how old are you, Ryan? You're 62 or 60?
Yeah, 62.
Okay, yeah.
Look good for 62. The only thing I didn't like about it is it does cover you in America, but you got to front the money and they're going to reimburse you. And I'm going, oh, Jesus, that's kind of scary. But they give you 30 days because I'm primarily insured here in Thailand. They are going to cover me for 30 days on traveling. So if you're in the U.S. any longer than 30 days, you might get hosed with that. Other places were 60. I think Pacific Cross was up to 90 days, but don't quote me on it. So again, insurance, take your time, slow down. Now, for some of the guys that are like 60, yeah, you do. You do need it. You definitely, that's the advice of the day. Every YouTuber that I've talked about, you can even go back from like Nick Dean's channel. Indeed, he talks about insurance and he's like, guys, don't roll the dice with this shit. Get you some insurance. At least try something. Get something to cover you. Yeah. I've been covered, but it hasn't been big boy insurance. I hate bringing up this story because it's a very sore story, a sore point. If there's anything that Kev can teach us in Thailand, Kev in Thailand can teach us. Yeah. He was one of those ones. I think even he was in the process of, looking at insurance, and he didn't have it when he came down with his cancer. And I even think he told everybody, hey, guys, don't play around. Don't be stupid. Because he kept saying, oh, I'll get it next year. This is talking to some of his friends because they were on to me. They're like, Ryan, get some insurance. Don't just rely on that little bogus crap that you got. Get real insurance. And they'd even brought up Kevin's story. They're like, listen, Ryan, get something now that's going to cover you through. If you're 64 and you're here, definitely get it. Because once you hit certain ages, like the guys that are 67, 72, it's so hard for them to find anything to get covered. And even Dave's backing me up on this. Dave's saying it only cost him $1 million baht to figure it out.
So tell me, would you recommend people that are looking to retire in Thailand, say in 10 years, to like bite the bullet and get insurance before they get older? Because then they 60. Have it and they're insured. Before 60, yeah. You say, Tom?
Yeah. Is it 60, 65? I forget what
60. I just posted a link, which is I'm a bit more vocal on recommending stuff. This is AA Insurance Brokers, Bangkok and Pattaya. That's their website. They don't deal with one insurance company. They're a brokerage. They deal with hundreds of insurance companies. So basically, if you make an inquiry with them, they will send you a whole list, and then you can do it to your budget. Like the one I've got is like I pay under $500, but it covers me for over $1 million baht, and a triple heart bypass surgery is 800,000.
Yeah. And I'm not going to speak on insurance because I'm not over the age of 65 and I haven't looked into a lot of them. I know a lot of people cover insurance pretty good.
Yeah.
But to your point, Richard, if you want to retire here and you plan on coming over, later in life,
get it before.
Get it well before, because there's no Medicare and Medicaid covered over here. This ain't the Philippines.
No.
Now, if you have like TRICARE, I know that Chocolate Man's covered that before. Now, listen, you have some form of insurance that's got any type of coverage. Thailand's going to want to get a hold of that money in some form or fashion, because they're just like the hospitals back in the U.S. They find out you have insurance, all of a sudden a couple more packs of gauze are going on your account and everything else. Yeah. And so it's real easy. Like I think Chocolate Man had even covered, like TRICARE for the military vets at Bangkok Pattaya Hospital. Like they have an office there. I don't want to speak too much because I don't want to speak out of turn or say something that's not correct.
Yeah.
So
tell me this, Ryan, coverage. Like what happens if you get insurance, like what you're getting, you have like awesome insurance. All right, great.
Yeah.
But then something happens. Then you're in the hospital and you're like, thank God I got the medical insurance. You get out, you're like, woohoo. Do they not renew your policy the next year then? Are you screwed?
I have no clue.
That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about.
To be honest with you, Richard, the company I deal with, like AA insurance brokers, if you don't claim, I've paid the same for the last 3 years. So my medical insurance has cost me the same for the last 3 years. If you claim, obviously it will increase. That's the way it goes. That's insurance for you. They will carry on insuring me as long as I don't claim, basically.
So if you make a claim or you have something like that, they're going to tell you F off?
No, they kind of put it. They put it up by about 3-4%. It's nothing, It's a nothing deal. So say I had a major heart problem and like to have like major heart surgery, they would pay it, and once they pay it, then my
your rates go
premium
up.
Would go up by like 3 or 4% the following year.
It's kind of like they do to your car rates back at home. You get in an accident, your shit's going up. You make a claim, your shit's going up.
But what I liked about AA Insurance, because they're based here in Pattaya, Bangkok, and I think they're in Phuket as well. They're in a few different places. I deal with a guy there called Benny. So if you've ever got an issue, you call your advisor. It's a bit like calling your lawyer, really. Mm-hmm. And he deals all for it, and you don't pay for anything. He does it all.
Yeah, it's your broker. I've got the same thing with my insurance. I've got a lady. The only reason why I went with this is because I had another friend that has the same exact insurance, because he's actually pissed because he's older, so he pays like 20,000 baht more a year for it, and he went in and got cataract surgery, and they took care of it pretty much. Everything. In fact, he even called the broker, and she held his hand, even went as far as said, "Hey, listen, do you have a ride to the hospital?" And he said, "No, I was just going to get a taxi." She says, "I'll come pick you up and bring you to your appointment." Nice. I was like, "Wow, that's going above and beyond." And
see what I do with mine is, so say I had a medical. Say I need to go for blood tests every year. I have blood tests every year just to check my body. Every year I have blood tests. So blood tests this year cost me 5,000 baht. I just went and paid it. I could have claimed on the insurance, didn't claim. But I've never claimed on any insurance policy. I've always just paid. I find it easier. I just find it easier.
And that's what I've got a friend here. He had scheduled the Roto-Rooter exam. The drink the night before and go in and get the Roto-Rooter and get the check. And he's got $1,000 deductible. His insurance actually covers over here. He's got a Blue Cross Blue Shield policy that's got, coverage. Even though he's living over here and they know he's living over here, they still cover his ass. literally at that point in time for that procedure. So he even looked at it and said, man, by the time I, do all the paperwork and submit everything, it's close to the end of the year. It's December. By the time I do everything, he kind of looked at all this stuff. Well, his mom used to own companies for medical coding and billing for insurances and everything. So he hit her up and was like, hey, this is how much this is going to cost. And it was like 900 and something US out the door. That was the medicine, the lab reports, the blah, 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 the procedure, the room. I'm talking out the door. Everything was over $900. And she goes, holy crap. You know how much that cost in the US? That's like, $20,000. Just pay that shit and get on with your life. So he just flat out paid it out of pocket and didn't mess with the insurance, to your credit, because he thought the same thing. Man, I don't want these assholes going up on me, even though it's a U.S. company, because you got to realize when dealing with insurances, they don't want to pay. And if they do have to pay, they're going to get their money back some form or fashion. So
it's interesting. I was looking at that link that Tom sent out around the AAA, is that, or A, just double A?
Double A.
It has the
triple out of it. Double A.
Too much of American. So they have that link in there for the Thailand Elite. I didn't realize that the Thailand Elite visa came with medical insurance as well. That's pretty cool. That's like a little added benefit of it.
I think I don't know. I haven't looked. I don't have the money for a Thai Elite visa. I'm not big dollar. I'm not big dollar like you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm not. What do they say? Well. Big money.
That's why you have the green screen. You can't see the mansion behind you with the pool and everyone dancing.
Well, you're going to see it looks like a prison back there. Let's see, virtual backgrounds. None. There you go. Look at that. I'm sitting in a prison, brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen.
But I couldn't see a little bit of the server room off to the side.
So did I give you the insurance on? Did I give you the
insurance? When I clicked on it, it said like. Yeah, so I saw that.
Well, there you go. That's right. Chris has got, that's big, ditching corporate. He was in corporate, ladies and gentlemen. That's big money right there. He says, I don't get medical with my Thai Elite.
Yeah, I think it's a little higher rate on that.
Yeah.
So that link that Tom sent over.
Yeah, that link I've given you is superb.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a better link in this country. I can assure you, there isn't a better link.
I'm getting ready to say something for everybody, and I'm not down in Tom here. I still want everybody to do their own homework.
Oh, yeah. Ryan, to be honest with you, these guys actually recommend Pacific Cross as one of the suppliers. They actually give you a choice.
Yes, but you heard my story with Pacific Cross. They were like saying they're not covering this, they're not covering that, they're not covering this, they're not covering. So for me, it wasn't a good option.
Well, one of the guys on Friday
said he's going through it, but he's got
to do self-insurance because he's 70. He's nearly 70.
Right.
So he said he's got to do it.
Something.
Yeah. So he was saying he's going to have to self-insure.
Yeah.
So on the self-insure, he's going to put 2 million baht in the bank, and that will cover all medical problems.
Yeah. Or, I mean, it will. But then I think it's interesting. I feel like it's a catch-22 there, you guys, because so if you want to self-insure, you have the money in the savings account. You're like, all right, listen, I'm good. I got enough money as a buffer. But then if you're in that stated income retirement visa where like you got to have so much in the bank, like 800,000 baht, maybe it goes up to $1 million at some point. Then you go in for like a major surgery where it dwindles your savings. Then you're sort of in a tough spot, right?
No, you're not.
No.
No, you just go to a certain visa agent.
I'm going to a different live stream. See you guys later. Yeah. It's ridiculous to be treated like this.
Yeah. Just go to the right visa agents and you'll be all right.
Yeah.
The right visa agents and you'll have your 800,000 baht like clockwork every year. No problems.
Yeah.
That's great. That's funny.
Yeah.
And also as well, you can come here on a medical. If you got to have some medical done, you can come here on a non-home medical visa, which you can convert into a retirement.
Yeah, I forget. Well, yeah. Switching
It's great, Tom.
subjects,
You're available for like IT help, like travel router stuff, but then also other stuff.
Yeah.
You're like as good as that link.
Because the questions we get. Like this week, I've been actually helping a guy this week because he needs double knee replacements. And he went off to try and do. He said, it's going to cost me like 100,000 baht to get in the country. And I said, well, no, it's not. It's going to cost you $50. What? Like I'm just sending him the links, from the Royal Thai Embassy. So if you follow the right procedures, you can do it quite cheaply. You don't have to do it high end, But as Ryan says, you got to do your own work. So the thing is, me and Ryan seem to be doing a lot of homework for a lot of people.
Dave is saying that if you marry a Thai woman that works for the government,
that's correct.
You can get some insurance through them.
Yeah.
You might as well set aside a lot more baht and have that dwindle down a lot quicker for marrying a Thai lady. So, and I know Dave's going to say, no, she's got her own money. And it's a joke, everybody.
Joking.
Everybody calm down. Oh, this is not Dave's live stream. That's where I got harassed last time. You weren't here for that. I told Dave, I said, oh, Dave, I'm going to get you. I said, I got you now since we're all live together. I said, boy, did the White Knights come after me on your channel.
They're very protective.
Well, did you come in there like eat out pattaya, or do you come
yes,
on
I did. I came out
accounts?
I came in, eat out Pattaya, and I said, pro tip, don't marry a lady from Pattaya. And boy, did the people come out there going, oh, that's not right. And I'm like,
you probably gained some subscribers. That's good.
Yeah, probably. And I was like, oh God, guys, I'm joking, not really, but everybody settle down. I realize not every single woman in Pattaya is bad, but there's a great majority.
I was talking to a guy.
I think they're not bad. They're business people, right? So it's like they see you.
I like Robbie's pro tip: don't marry. I think that one's even better. But in Dave's case, he got some insurance out the deal. So, if there's anything, I used to have one of my dad's friends. He was older, and he used to always say, "You got to date a woman over 65." I was like, "Why is that, Mr. Bobby?" Because they got a pension. They got a pension. It was like. Fair enough, Mr. Bob. Fair enough. So,
I saw that Dave had Chuck on his live show yesterday.
Oh, he had a monster
Dave's up to 40,000 subscribers now.
5 hours.
Dave's up to 40,000 subscribers now overnight.
Nice. So you're saying we should have we should have gone on the Chuck show and not the Richard show?
Yeah, exactly. You picked the wrong show. Hey, but it worked out for me.
Yeah. Evening, Robbie.
So,
65 question mark.
67 now. This was years ago.
I hear that why I haven't heard. I've been reading about how they're trying to raise the retirement age in France, and there's huge backlash. I'm just thinking, just get used to the U.S. We every couple of years they do that to us. So
I think it's going to stay about the same system because they keep raising it for the full pension. I had a friend of mine that I do some work with, and he was 64. And I kept telling him because he got hit during the whole pandemic and he was out of work. And I'm going, dude, take your Social Security. No, I'm waiting another year because I'm going to get. And finally, after a year, if his savings getting whittled down, he goes, I'm going to pull my I'm going to go ahead and pull my Social Security. I was like, dude, you should have done it 6 months ago when I told you to. He's like, yeah it takes me a little while to catch on and stuff. But I think that's how it's going to go is they're going to just keep raising that age on that Social Security. Next thing you know, it's going to be 72, but you're still going to be able to draw it 62. It's just going to be more penalties or they say less. I call it penalties. That is what it is. It's your effing money, know.
Yeah. Pull it as soon as you can.
So, and people have done the math on it before. They're like, okay, you work this much, you make this much, you have put this much into your Social Security. If you take in an average of I think they did an interest rate over the years at 6.5% of a growth annualized. And they were the average person will put in 2-3 million into Social Security, yet they're only going to take out a little over $1 million in some cases. And it's oh shit,
Yeah. I agree with this. Incorporate, pull it as quick as you can.
Yeah,
because if you can
I'll
put
tell
it
you
at
this
totally 62 rather than 69, because it takes you to 86, I believe, to actually equal.
Right.
It's so interesting though. To your guys' point, there's definitely two camps. People that say don't pull it early, or some people are start drawing it early. Man, and they're very vocal about it. So I agree with you. I think as early as possible, get it done, get it while you can, really.
Yeah.
But then some people are no, if you wait until you're 72, it's how many good years are you expecting to have? you know?
Right. Well, that and you get the cola
and
as well.
You
And
can
that's
make
the
that
funny
money
thing.
work for you as well. You can make the money work for you earlier.
Right. Everybody keeps saying they're like, well, if you take it at 62, you're locked into that rate and it's only like, X amount of dollars. It's like, yeah, but over time you're going to get a cola. Like, look how much them bastards just got. Everybody on Social Security got this year. They got the highest raise this year than ever before. So,
yeah. I love
and
that.
I think they got a one-time check as well, like a $500 bonus. I don't know. I'm not getting it. So I'm waiting for Dave to chime in and set me straight on everything.
So Tom, tell me, like, I'm always curious, like how it works in the UK, because I know you guys can draw a lot earlier than we can in the US, right? Isn't it like 50
I can't draw till I'm 66. In Spain, I could draw earlier, but I've actually transferred my pension out of Spain because I don't believe it's going to be there by the time I get to 65.
I could have sworn, like, I saw a video from Petaya Pariah talking about like he could draw it earlier in the UK, like it was
your private pension.
Private pension. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you've got a private pension, you can draw it when you're 55.
All right. Oh, wow.
And again, I totally agree with what we were saying. Draw it as early as you can.
Yeah.
Because it might not be there when you're 65. So take it while you can. It's the government are raising it from 2027 to 57. Because they just want us all to work longer and longer and longer. And then you give up work when you're 57, dead when you're 60, and they're happy.
Yeah, I gave up work when I was 40. 40.
Unfortunately, you were still working during that time. But
yeah, I gave it up.
Yeah.
I said the hell. Well, look at me. I told everybody, because it's so easy, because I get the big questions, all the time. It's like, well, how are you here? I'm like, compound interest. And they're going, and I was like, because it's easier, so I don't have to get into the whole story of, I'm taking a break, people. I'm a millennial. I needed a break. Life was stressing me out too much where I wanted to take a break. Paying bills and living the American nightmare was just too much for me to handle. So I came over here to chill out for a couple years.
Yeah.
And then, if I go back, I'll go work at Lowe's or Home Depot or something.
See, look at this. Chris has come off and he's coming out with words of wisdom here. If you draw down early and invest, you can pass on your investments down to your kids or your wife, not just survivors, benefits, or spouse.
Yeah, Chris is going to be one. He's a numbers person like the rest of us. And
see, I thought his comment there is even better. Sorry to interrupt you. I gave up work 5 years ago, but only physically left 2 years ago.
That's about
so great.
I would imagine without you saying it, I think there's a few other people.
Well, it's called ROD, retired on duty.
Still
retired on
doing the work, kind of.
Yeah, and I think this year could be really brutal. I think as the earning results come in, the only control cost any big company has got is payroll. So if their figures go down, like Netflix or blah, blah, well, the first thing they do is going to cut payroll.
Yeah, I mean, this week was brutal for me because I got to tell you, like, I get up, I go to work, I look at the news feed, and it's like every day were new massive layoffs. The most recent one was Google, 12,000 laid off. It's like every day. These are massive numbers, guys. And it's like a lot of salespeople like myself are being let go, recruiting, HR. And it just never stops. I have a friend that was laid off about 3 months ago. And I got to tell you, like, no luck. This guy has 20 years of experience in technology, and he's having a hard time. He says he has 3 conversations a week about a new job. And that's usually, you would have like 3 a day.
How old is it? How old was he?
He's like 50-ish, 52. So older, but you can kind of hide that stuff on LinkedIn. Like, people can't really estimate your age as easy as before when you had to go in for like an actual on-site interview. I feel like they could say, all right, you're 50.
I still think people want your best earning years are between 50 and 60.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're smarter with your money. So I think when you do make the money, you're not like, it's not going out like you would when you're 25 or 30.
People want to pay for that experience as well to have you on board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because you've seen it. You've been through the downsides. You've been up on the upsides.
So true.
You've seen it.
Yeah, and that's what I tell people when I interview is like, listen, I've been through it twice So it's like, I realize like you can get through it. There's light at the end of the tunnel. It's not all doom and gloom. Like a recession doesn't like end. Like there isn't like where it ends in like grief and you're penniless eating a potato. Like, I mean, come on. Like it's a recession. It comes back up. Everyone's happy. But it is rough for a little while, you know? So you got to be smart about things.
But other than the stock market, it still feels like we're back in 2008. That's what it feels like to me. You know, to me, it feels like we're still back in 2008. So when the market does drop, and it will drop.
Talking of which, Tom, Mr. Financial
here we
expert,
go.
I passed up a old exchange rate today, and I just kind of glanced over at it, and it was one of the booths, and it was 32.53. I think they were exchanging the dollar for.
It will bottom at 32. If it falls below 32, it will go to 30. It won't go to 31. It will just go straight out to 30. No support.
I laughed just because I got my first negative comment from a live show I had about a month ago, where I think I started bringing you guys in. They're like, listen, I just got to say, Richard, love your show, but you're wrong with the exchange and your projections. It has not gone above this. And it went on like a big tirade, but I left it up.
It's good though. I have to go and hunt it down there. I have to go down there and troll him.
I need to go see it. I want to go find this because I'm going to get a picture of it. It's going to be my background of the guy's comment, especially if it was true. And that's why I've always said mason jar, backyard, bury your money. It's a sure thing. So
no, if you got to bury anything, bury gold. Don't bury money because you lose money straight away.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Andres,
will the live stream be available at YouTube? Miss some? Yes. Andres.
As long as YouTube doesn't take it down, because usually Tom starts thinking he's Cheech and Chong over there later on. We'll start lighting up and blazing a good bit. So. Chris is and didn't get a chance to do it this time. Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong. Do what you want to do. You do you, as the millennials would say. And I am one.
You didn't miss anything at the beginning unless you want information about ladyboys.
Yeah, I was going to say ladyboy stories. They weren't that good.
Yeah. But then we went into insurance. We've talked about insurance, and we've talked about what else we talked about?
Insurance.
You know what I wanted to talk to you about? I'm going to send you a link, Tom, after the show at some point this week. I have a travel router picked out for me. I want you to take a look, make sure this is looking good. But I think that's super important for those of us that want to come over there, like travel router and then hardwire into the router. So I'm going to talk through all that with you.
Yeah.
Ryan, you get into that stuff at all?
I was using somebody's travel router the other day to stream IPTV, and it just didn't seem. He had a 4G chip into the router. We're getting good signal, half-ass decent speed. You know, for America it was decent speed. For over here it sucked. I don't know if the broadband is as good on the travel route. I didn't get a chance to really test the signal.
I think you got to get a current one, good level. Yeah. Pay some money for it. Maybe you had an older model or something.
Right. Yeah. So it the
ones over here got the 5G, haven't you? Even though the 4G works better.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they've rolled out the 5G routers yet, have they?
Yeah, you got 5G routers, but then to me, you know your friend who come and lived just down the road from me?
Yeah, he's got a 4G router because we couldn't find
a 5G. Did he have a 5G router?
No, we couldn't find one in Tucom.
Well, to be honest with you, there's no point having the 5G because the signal's not reliable.
Yeah.
The 4G, I never lose. I never lose my 4G anywhere in Thailand.
Yeah. But what we've always talked about before, you can't beat that good old LAN cable plugged straight into the router.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I mean, it's like much more stable, and there's a lot of benefits around that too.
Now I could see it like if you said, okay, I am going to go travel out in the jungle for a little while because some of the Wi-Fi at some of these little small hotels can be a little dodgy because they're like powering the entire floor.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you'd want to travel one for that. But then there's a lot of people are like, well, hell, I just use my phone as a hotspot. But I'm like, well, then you got to be right up on your device. There's pros and cons to everything. You know, some people are telling, listen, I walk around with a rucksack. a device this big makes a big difference. I always said, well, hell, if you're going to do that, just get a MiFi, the little compact ones for traveling. I used one of those to run Netflix and everything else when I lived on the boat, and that little MiFi did the trick, and it was 4G. But it seems like the routers are a little bit better. They, it's got more distance to them.
I know they have some. Go ahead.
Go on. Sorry. The ones TOT give you, which that's 1,000. It's a gig, 1 gig down, 1 gig up, basically. But sometimes you need to reconfigure the router to get that speed.
Yeah.
But when you come over, Richard, if you're staying and you get a permanent router, I'll just come around and test it for you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to order this travel router pretty soon, actually, so I can test it out with my router at home.
Okay.
I'm going to hardwire into that. Just want to check out the settings, make sure I'm familiar with it. And then
we could test it from here as well. Yeah.
Do you recommend getting like a separate router? Is that what you're saying? Like, so I have my travel router, which then hardwires into the router, internet router. Is that one that you suggest doing aftermarket, like going somewhere and getting an aftermarket router, or just go with whoever?
Some people go down that route, but myself personally, I prefer actually using the TOT router.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a 3BB router right there, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Now I talked to a few of the tech people. Tom backed me up on this. They say some of the routers here are junk. So if you want a really, really good one, take one and take it out the box, throw it in the suitcase, and go that route.
Are those pretty easy to configure if you get an aftermarket router to configure to your internet? Because
to be honest with you, myself personally, I think you're better off getting like say you come over and you say, right, this is my apartment, I want TOT. Just let me come down to the TOT office with you. I'll bring my wife with you so you can get it with. She can do the language thing, and they do unbelievable routers in there.
Oh, good.
Top of the range routers. So you'll pay about between 3,500 and 5,000 baht for the router, but it's top of the range, and it's going to be ultra fast.
Love
it.
And
I wouldn't on those ones. I don't think we have to reconfigure those. I think they're super fast.
Yeah, that's awesome. Then just travel router goes into that, and you're good. So
you wouldn't even need the travel router at that point in time.
What's that?
Yeah, and
you wouldn't even need the travel router.
Why is that?
Would you use it?
Well, travel router masks the IP address, right? So you can essentially stream Netflix from different country locations.
So
are you saying the router you get at TOT does that for you? Do you not need a travel router?
You can do, because what you could do is if you've got a good VPN.
I've got VPNs.
Go through Netflix anyway.
Yeah. I'm always I like the hardware.
Or better still, over Ryan's IPTV.
Yeah, I was going to say what you need Netflix for.
yeah, Netflix is too expensive.
I'm using Netflix as my cover story.
Okay.
For another reason that I need the travel router.
P-Hub. No, the VPNs work just fine. I have Nord and I have my own private VPN.
Yep. And I use Surfshark.
Yeah. Surfshark's so cheap.
Yeah, but it works, Ryan. It works. Yeah. It's so good. If I'm sitting here on Google and I go like America, I get the American Google. If I go to Ireland, I get the Irish Google. If I go to Australia, I get the Australian Google. Go to the UK,
pretty much what VPNs do.
Yeah. But I paid $81 for 3 years.
Yeah, you got one of those special deals going on. They run the little specials from time to time, and that's the other. Hey, Daz, how are you doing? That's the other advice to everybody: get a VPN. And I know what Richard's doing and going around it, and I'd never even thought of that, but that's actually a pretty good idea of being able to mask your IP address by going through the travel.
You can do that
router. That's not bad, but I need to get in different locations, so I have to do VPN. I can tell you that when I was helping a guy out here in the building, we needed to get on the Social Security website, and we couldn't get on. And I turned that VPN on and put it in America, reloaded, Google, and jumps right into the Social Security website. So,
so that was important.
Yeah. So if you're traveling around, the VPNs, and like Tom says, Surfshark, $81 for that. They're less than $2 a month in a lot of times.
Yeah. Yeah, well, somebody sent me a video today. They said, "Have you seen this video?" So they sent me a link. And I went, "No, I haven't." They said, "Well, this video is unbelievable. I'll send it to you both later on." So I said, "Oh, I can't see it." And they went, "Oh, it must be because you're in Thailand." I went, "Oh, right, great, okay. Put my VPN on, put it onto Australia, come up straight away."
Yeah, but I tell you what was weird, and I was telling Tom, and you probably don't know this. I was sitting in the green room waiting to come on the show one week, and I had my VPN on, and I forgot that I had it on for the show. In fact, let me check mine now. Yeah, mine's not on, but I had the VPN on, and it was just buffer. I mean, the show was lagging, and I'm going, "Oh, you're lagging, Richard. Jesus Christ, get your shit together." Blah blah blah. It was me. It was on my end because I said, I went up there and turned my VPN off. No problems.
Yep.
So I actually caught a bad server. So I'm looking right now, and I am in the United States on my computer. I'm connected.
Tom, is Ryan talking? Because he's been frozen up for about 30 seconds now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is he still on the show here? I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I'm using a good server outside of San Francisco. I think I'm in Miami right now.
Yeah. No, that's so interesting you mentioned that, because I feel like that a lot of people mention if you have the VPN on, like it will definitely sort of, I don't want what the word is, but it basically messes up your internet.
I wouldn't say messes. There's a lot of stuff that if you have the VPN on, like you can't do business with them. Like I tried pulling the same stunt with Google Fi. I wanted to get the Google Fi service over here, and in order to get Google Fi, you have to be in America to do it. Physically have to be there. So I was like, watch this. Boom, turned it on the phone, put myself on one of the servers in America. The first thing Google Fi said, turn your VPN off if you want to sign up for Google Fi. And I was like, oh, you smart bastards.
Yeah.
So there's a few websites out there that...
See, and that's where the travel router would help you, because that's a piece of hardware, right? Tom, is that how it would work?
I don't think that would work on that one, Richard. I don't think... because
the
it's going to put you on one of the towers here.
The best way of doing it is actually setting yourself up. Getting yourself a little mini PC. A little PC like this.
That's a PC? What is that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so
that's a PC. Convert that into a server. Leave that in San Francisco, and you just work directly through that. And they think you're working in America. You can actually use Skype and everything on that.
Interesting.
You'd set it up at Mom's house.
Yeah, you'd have to set it up before you leave.
All right, let's talk offline about that, please. Send all the links.
I don't know how strong you are with networking. It's just simple networking, though, really.
Yeah.
Mom will be doing some spring cleaning one day. What the hell is this? We don't need this anymore. Oh no.
Yes, yeah. So all you do is all you literally do with that, you can see how small it is. It's a mini PC. Because all you got to run, so what you do is you connect that, you put that on top of your
router.
Yeah, hardwire into the router.
Yeah, I'd wire it straight in.
I'd even put a fan on it. Even if it had one inside, I'd put another little mini fan on it.
Ice pack, fan, person that comes around once a day, checks on it. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Temperature gauge.
Yeah, if you got a networking department, they can set it up for you like a little server. These cost about $90.
What's it called? I'll look it up on Amazon right now.
It's a mini. It's like a Nook. It's called the best ones are a Nook.
All right. What do they call it in America?
N-O-K. That's in America. Nook.
No, that'd be bird in Thai. Nook.
Yeah, but it's N-O-K. It's a Nook, and then you normally get Dell ones over in America. In America, the Dell, they're slightly bigger. The Nooks are slightly bigger than that. I've got a Nook here as well. And those you just they just run 24 hours a day permanently.
I got to find one in America because it doesn't come up. Yeah.
If you put in like a Dell, I'll look it up and I'll send you the details.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll check into that. That's very interesting. It's good to have some redundancies in place, you know.
Well, as Ryan says, if I'm on Skype and I think, that's what I do. I'll go to the UK IP and try and go through Skype. It goes blocked. Straight away blocked. But if I connect to my server in the UK, I can use my Skype because I'm on that remotely. So it's picking up my server IP, not my IP here. You know, so we've probably lost everybody in the chat now.
I think it's good information for everyone to hear. You know.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, what you need, it's the same as a phone. I have a phone here which is old. That's got a UK and a Spanish chip in it because I do certain banking stuff and I have to do second verify. You can't, the second verification.
Oh,
you can't do that on Google.
Yeah, Google,
Google, whatever it's called now.
Yeah, Google Fi. What you see, and I found a way around it. I had suspended my TV, my not suspended, but I'd put my service on pause, and I was using my Thai number. Then I got tossable digits. So my American phone number was already in all the banks and everything like that. So it was already set up. So I used tossable digits, canceled my service, and it ported the number into the service. So anytime someone calls or texts my phone number from back home, it just rings on this phone. I didn't need a secondary phone for it, but I got lucky. I got lucky with that because there's been some stuff that I've tried to sign up for. Like I tried to sign up for another account and I put that phone number in. And now that phone number has been ported over to that service, they call it like a VoIP number, a VoIP number or whatever. And they're like, you can't use that number. And I feel maybe some banking institutions might have caught on to it. However, I was already established with that phone number. So they just send a text, no problem now. I don't.
Yeah, that's a good point because I know I do a lot of two-step verification with my US phone number. And I know that like the new iPhones have eSIM, so you can pretty much, there's no longer a physical SIM. You can do it via software, which I'm still trying to wrap my head around, like how that works. If that's
you would have to ask. One of the guys just came in. He came in with the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and he couldn't get his travel SIM at the, you know how we normally would do it, stop off at AIS or True or whoever you liked using. Me, I was always the one, give me the one with the shortest line. I want to get the hell out of this airport. He said he stopped at AIS, and of course they looked at him like he's speaking Greek and said, no, we can't help you, which in fact they could, just not there at the airport. He went down to Central Mall, went to AIS there. He said no problems. They hooked him up. And they installed the eSIM on the phone, no problems whatsoever.
Did he find it was easy to go back and forth?
He's here. We haven't. He just told me the other day when we sat down and ate. He said, "Hey," because I talked to him days before, and I said, "Man, go to the damn Central in the mall. You know they're going to have it," because he had just gotten in and he could give shit less about his phone at that time. He wanted a beer, so we were talking at a place on Beach Road, and that's when I was like, I even looked it up on my phone real quick. I was like, look, AIS is saying no problems even with your phone. He says, yep, that's where I'm going now. So he finished up his beer and went on down. And when I saw him later, he's like, yep, all good now. But we hadn't talked about it since. So if you need an eSIM, head on down to the AIS at one of the places. I don't know if the airport now in 2 months, the airport could get their act together and educate their employees. And someone could tell us, they're doing the eSIMs at the airport. But as of last Friday or the Wednesday, about a week ago, the AIS counter, and it also depends on the person. They could have gone and hit the wrong person. There might be one or two people there that can do it. And they're going, they're not here. We're just going to tell them no.
Yep.
This is Tom.
That was super quick speed there, man. I can't
get that speed. So what? The actual meter can't actually cope with the data going up. I've actually got that coming down, and I've got more going up.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually 1.16 gig going up.
Wow.
Chris is saying.
But when you come here, I think we should go down the line of using TOT, but the TOT gaming. They've got a gaming package.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So on the gaming package, you got a wider, more width.
Okay.
Which is even faster. And it's
that sounds great.
More consistent.
Yeah, but
Music
what did the gaming package? Someone was telling me that's like a gig up and 500.
Wow.
No, it's a gig down and 500 up.
Yeah,
see, I'm getting like 30 is good for me here. Like 30 up is like outstanding.
Yeah. Remember when I said earlier it's decent for America, but here, yeah, it's like AOL dial-up.
Great. Oh yeah, I got lucky today. 30.
Chris came on the show. Teddy Bear Chris came on the show the other day and said that Singapore was #1 and Thailand now was #2 for internet speed in the world. That they had taken over Korea.
Yeah.
So much better. God, you know when I first started my show, I had three up. Wow. I saw the minimum requirements for StreamYard was like 3, but 6 is recommended. So instantly upgraded my Wi-Fi and then also hardwired in. That was like the big no-brainer. Like, oh wow, I didn't realize you should hardwire in if you're doing stuff like that. So
yeah,
that's great. So yeah, Tom, I guess should I be cognizant like when we start talking about like places that they have TOT? Like when you look at a condo, like, hey, TOT is here.
You can look up 3BB, like where I'm at, and place that I showed you a while back. They don't have the gaming package, and Tom swears by TOT because that's who he has. But 3BB's got fiber optic, and it's got some blazing speed. And I'm on the cheap package. I'm on the bottom of the rung. But your main ones out there. You're
still getting
TOT.
more than 30, huh? 30 up. You're still well above 30 up.
True use. TOT.
Oh, wow. 30. I would be bit. If I got 30, I'd be complaining.
Yeah, and see, I'm paying like $150 a month for
17.
Mine.
Yeah, I'll pay 600 baht for mine.
What's mine down to? I think I'd have to look. In fact, I'll jump on there in a little while. I want to say I'm paying around $650 or $750 a month now.
I think that's the difference. I think though, Richard, like here, your cost of living here is so much lower.
You actually get so like I
honestly believe if I went back to the UK, I'd probably be looking for more contract work.
Yeah, I think you get numb to things around here when you're here for a long time, especially with bills and everything, because they see, and there's Tim. Tim's saying he's on 3BB fiber right now in his house, and he's 1,000 up and down.
Amazing.
And Tim, if you don't mind, will you throw the price on that 1,000 up and down for us? I think that's the Mac Daddy pack. I think it's like 1,200 baht a month for that.
Yeah, well, I'm one up, one down because I've got other stuff running as well at the moment. So that's the reason why it's come up at that speed. I'm one up, one down, and it cost me 631 baht a month.
Yeah.
But like if I'd have known, I'd have gone for the gaming package. Because it's the width I'm after, the package width.
Yes.
Yeah, and so this is a thing for everybody. You're not just looking, it's right having the speed, but if you haven't got the width, sounds like a lot of things in life. If you haven't got the width, then you're in trouble. You know, you need the girth. You need the girth. You need the girth. You need
to be able to rub the walls every once in a while.
You do, yes.
1,200
He's paying 1,200 baht because he's probably got a gaming package as well, I'd imagine, Tim.
Well, Tim's
if you look at gamer on NASCAR.
It's $30 for that speed. Amazing.
Yeah. But that's what I was saying. You get so numb to the prices around here. When people sit around here for a couple, like something could. All right, I got one better for you. So I went to the grocery and went in there a little bit hungry. And the rules, don't go into the grocery store hungry. So I went into Food Lane. I was a little hungry, so I started doing look, cookies. Oh, look this. I'm going to buy this too. And I got up to the register, and my grocery bill was around 1,600 baht.
Yeah.
So what you're looking at, about $45.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was bitching up a storm. I'm like, 1,600 baht? Good God, man. Jesus Christ, what do you think? You're rich or something? 1,600? And I'm going through, and I finally realized, man, that's like $45. That was like if you could escape out of Walmart or your local grocery store for $45, like that was you literally ran in there and ran out. And that's what I was, so when you get accustomed to all the prices here, it's going to be tough for me to get back home if I have to go back. It's going to be tough for me to adjust to that sticker shock. going into 7-Eleven and you go buy I go buy a Coke Zero and a pack of cigarettes for 91 baht. What is that, $3?
Yeah.
You try doing that in the U.S. and that's like 8, 9.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, how much was that bill in the Peaky Blinders on Friday? I think most of our bills was.
Mine was a little cheaper than y'all's. Mine was like 7 something. So mine was close to $20 or something. And I had dessert and I had a couple iced teas and
we was in there for ages, though.
Yeah, we were in there for hours.
4 hours.
And that's the other thing.
We had a meal when we just sat there for like another 2 hours afterwards.
And I had that talk with
we
people
booked
before.
up Christmas Day and we booked up Thanksgiving as well.
Yeah, we booked for Christmas and Thanksgiving already.
Yeah.
And so he says he's about halfway booked on both.
If you want to come for Christmas Day and Thanksgiving, I need to know now. We've got 12 spots for Thanksgiving and 10 spots for Christmas Day.
Joe, Camel Blues I switched from because the expensive cigarettes, Marlboros over here are about 140 baht, I think. And I switched to the Camel Blues, and right now they're sitting at 72 baht a pack.
Yeah.
That's 3 20s, a 10 baht coin, and 2 baht coins and Tom's smoking a Jolly Rancher. That's not tobacco, and it's certainly not a candy.
But I can't smoke it when I'm on the show because YouTube take me down.
Yeah, easily. That actually was advice from Mr. I was getting ready to say his real name, Josh and
all you guys who I shared the link with afterwards, you all had a good laugh at me. So I was like, the joke was on me. But at least you know I'm an happy drunk and an happy stoner.
Yeah. All right, Tim's saying 150 baht for Marlboro Lights now, or Marlboro Gold, or whatever they're called.
Really?
150. Yeah, Marlboro's more expensive here unless you get the fake ones.
No, Pride buys cigarettes. She buys them for like 300 baht a carton, I think.
Yeah, well, those are the Thai or the knockoff. I mean, I've heard of people getting those knockoff Cambodian cigarettes or the actual Cambodian cigarettes. Now, cigarettes in Cambodia, since they don't have all the taxes, and I swear they're making Marlboros over here, but it ain't that Virginia tobacco. I think the tobacco's coming out of somewhere else besides the U.S. because we've got such heavy taxes on it coming out, or they taxing the shit out of it coming out. So,
well, guys, I want to thank you for letting me come on the show here.
You were getting ready to say for coming on the show, weren't you? That was habit. Yeah, I heard that. Thanks for coming on the show, guys.
Totally got it.
Yeah. No, it was good, though,
such a habit, right?
We had a great conversation about insurance and stuff.
Brian totally caught me.
Oh,
so, I think the one thing we all agree with insurance
is get it.
You've just got to have. If you can't afford the full package, go for the cheaper one. But you need it. You need it.
And I would say something's better than nothing, but there's the shit part about the insurance is there's no way of finding out if it's good insurance until you need it. And when you need it is when you're really goddamn sick. So it's like a catch-22 on that. It's like
I think really when you get the insurance company, when they send you a list of the insurance companies, you need to check them out individually on the Google them, customer service, blah blah blah, etc. etc.
Yeah.
If you do that, you can't go wrong.
Well, you can,
because if you haven't got insurance and you get involved in an accident, they don't even stabilize you. They will let you die here. That is fact.
Unfortunately, that is. You've heard the horror stories with it. They even have a picture in one of the insurance agencies where it says, someone's being wheeled in, a phlong's being wheeled in. It's like a little cartoon. They're being wheeled in. And the doctors, he needs this, this, and this, and this. And they said, he doesn't have insurance. And you see the back door and then pushing the gurney out the back door. It's like, God damn, is that accurate? Man.
Yeah.
So,
well, have a good week, guys. I'll talk to you maybe next week. Thanks
Go
for
Niners.
Go
Niners. You watching it tonight, Richard?
He's going. He's got to go to the gym. The gym's opening up now.
Yeah.
How long are we going to carry this on? I forget. I finally got a good response for the budget question because that is starting to rear its ugly head again. How much, and not just here, but I'm talking to other YouTubers and other people that do their live shows. Well, I'll say it. I was on a few others, and people were, the little.
You was on other live shows, really?
Not live. I was in the. I was using one of my fake accounts, giving them the bird and stuff, saying, "Oh God, if you
get me a beer."
And I think a lot of people are starting to take my approach to it, and they're going, boom, this is how much money, just to shut them up, because some people aren't taking the, listen, guys, it depends on you and your lifestyle as an answer. They've got to have a number. So I like, gotta love time, 1850.
Yeah.
If we get any of those people where they have to have a number, 1850. There it is. And then I'm going to hear so-and-so said you only need this much. Well, okay, then go with that number. But I finally found a better response for it, which is, Tom, how much is a car in, I want to buy a car. How much is a car in Spain?
Long as a piece of string.
Yeah, but you need to give me a number. Like, how much is a car in Spain? You need to give me a number right now. We got to have a number.
$30,000.
Yeah, but I looked online. And it said I could get one for 10.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. And it's like a circle with these people.
But spend more time in the garage than what we'll do on the road.
Yeah. and that's the and Daz is saying people are just too stupid and too lazy and don't want to figure it out themselves. And I agree. Yeah. Now I understand the people they're really trying to crunch numbers, but there's people out there are black and white, and they want the numbers on things.
Yeah.
But that's what my response has been for. Like, if they're from America and let's say they live in West Palm Beach, Florida. I hope nobody's in here from West Palm Beach.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask them the same question in return. Well, I want to buy a car in West Palm Beach. How much does it cost? Well, it depends. Do you want one with AC? You want one with 4 tires that runs down the road? Do you want a Cadillac? Do you want this? And I'm going to go, thank you. Old guys rule. What you'll need to get over there is you'll need a minimum, an absolute minimum. And USD, you're going to need 5,000 baht for yourself. You're going to need another 1,000 baht to give me, or 1,000 US to give me every month for advice and personal guidance. You will need another 5,000 in US for all the lady boys that you said you wanted to come here and get with. So easily, what are we at? We're at 11,000 baht, or 11,000 US now. So yeah.
What's this, a year?
No, a month.
No. To be honest with you, like 2,500 baht should cover it, really. But I say it all depends whether you drive a car, whether you drive a bike, whether you get bulk,
do
whether
you drink,
what do you eat. Some guys only eat by food. Biggest part of my budget, without a doubt.
Easy.
30,000 baht a month I do in restaurants.
It is easily. That is the most underestimated part, I think, of people's budget when coming over here, because you hear, oh, food's so cheap. Yeah, Thai food's so cheap.
I'll do $1,000 in restaurants, I reckon.
But if you want Falong food like me, I go hit up Villa Market, and I go hit up Foodland every once in a while, once a week, and I go get Falong food to cook. Sometimes it's more or just expensive, but at the same time, I like it's probably a little bit cheaper for me to sit here. Like I like I spend between 75 and 120K a month. My month's very wild. Yeah, because Chris is wild. Me, I don't spend anywhere near that. I'm very tame. I don't drink, so that cuts my budget down drastically. I cook, there's some days that I'll go out and I'll go sit there and I'll go eat breakfast. And then there's some days I'll crack a few eggs and make a little cheese omelet at the condo. So I'm getting off a lot cheaper. Some people, I know people here that have never turned their stoves on ever and rarely ever used a microwave. I'm cooking a couple times a week, just because that's I like to do that stuff. I'll get on there and I'll make tomorrow I'm going to make a thing of pasta, chicken pasta. And I'll have that for 2 or 3 days. I'll eat that
Well, that
for a
lasts you
couple
2 or
days.
3 days, Ryan. That
It'll
lasts you
last 2 or 3 days, but only one meal a day. It'll either be a lunch, or if I get out of school, I'll eat it when I get home. I'll rewarm it or whatever. Tomorrow I'll cook it, and then I'll package it up and maybe get 3 more meals out of it. And I think when I added it all together, because I'm buying the good ingredients and everything.
And that is highlighted.
I think it is going to cost around $450, $500 to make. But if I was to get the same meal, what's a plate of pasta in these little Thai restaurants and stuff like that, Alfredo, about 150, 160 baht.
Yeah.
So it
like, to be honest with you, Joe, we was out on Friday. We went to Peaky Blinders. There was 7 or 8 of us.
But
7 of us. 6
but you had Gary over there, like he even said he's not going to get out of there for less than 2,000 baht, and that's without like drinking alcohol. I don't think he drank alcohol, but he ordered, a starter for the table for everybody.
We was all drinking iced tea.
Yeah, he ordered a starter at the table for everybody. He ordered a salad for himself. He ordered a beautiful steak, and then he had dessert afterwards. So he had a 4-course meal there easily. And I look at it like this: for the quality and how good the food was, to me, that's reasonable. Yeah,
like Gorgeous Thailand saying, I think my budget over 65,000 baht a month is
excessive.
Excessive.
It depends on what you do, George.
I wouldn't say it was excessive. You single or married, Gorgeous Thailand? Let's have a look. See, has he got a channel? Has he got?
He's saying it's excessive, but at the same time, Chris is saying 75 to 100, where Chris is playing golf. If we had Decon in here, he's playing golf 3 times a week. Golf prices are going up here in Thailand.
Like Dave,
like Decon. He's saying he's playing Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, so 4 times a week. I mean, shit, you getting caddies, fees, that's going to add up real quick.
So he's
married with 3 kids in Thailand. God bless you.
Well, what area do you live in, Gorgeous Thailand? What area do you live in?
And I take it the kids
that also makes a massive difference as well. Where you live.
Trust me, because as soon as I went up north
and everything helps. If you're in Bangkok, it's expensive. If you're in
Bangkok's, that's what I tell everybody. I was like, listen, Bangkok is a major city. If you think of the major cities in the world, we're talking, Tokyo, New York, LA, London, Moscow, Bangkok, Singapore, Hong Kong, Beijing, So out of all those major cities, Bangkok's probably one of the cheaper ones out of all of them. But it's expensive for Thailand. Same thing with New York and America.
Yeah, I just wondered where Gorgeous. I've just subscribed to your channel, Gorgeous Thailand. So you got 2 subscribers now. You're getting there. I'll just put the link up really to get a few more subscribers. It all depends where you live in Thailand as well. Like I live here in Rayon. I live in Pala Beach. So living down here, life here is very, very cheap for me here.
Yeah, you can get noodles for a couple baht.
Yeah. So you're looking like chicken noodles, which I've got a really good chicken noodle place here. That cost me 70 baht for that.
Mm-hmm. And I'm with Crew Muan. That's 40,000 is probably about. I've never really put pen to paper on it because I don't want to get to that point where I'm putting pen to paper on how exactly much I'm spending here. But I'm probably in that 40,000 baht because I've gone on with everybody, and everybody's heard me say it 1,000 times. On Monday, I go down to the ATM, I draw out 5,000 baht, and that's what I pretty much live off for the week. That includes the going out eating and the going here and, my 7-Eleven runs. Now, I do fudge it. That doesn't include my rent. That will include my light and my water bill. I always know when they are and to save up a little bit the week before to make sure. Light bill, luckily, this time was lower than expected. And I don't include the apartment in there. So if you think 20,000 plus another 12,000 baht for the apartment. We're up to 32. And then I use, when I go to the grocery store, that's my only time I can use, I'm bringing Western standards to Thailand. You can spend, and you're 100% correct. And I'm living proof of that. I'm doing it. And I told everybody I was not here for the traditional Thai experience. Some people are, they want to go live here and they really altered. I wasn't in a bad place at home to where I said, I want to go to Thailand because I want to think like a Thai. That's why I'm in the Pattaya area, is because this is not, I tell everybody, Pattaya is not Thailand. This is different. Like if you say you go to the States, you're going to Las Vegas. Well, that's not the U.S. It's a tourist zone.
Yeah.
I'm here because of the conveniences.
Yeah. And I'm totally 100% with you there, Ryan, because I'm exactly, to be honest with you, I think we both feel the same way about that. The reason why I came here is because I could have stayed in Europe, but the cost of living here with a Thai wife and a Thai daughter, where she could have, settle into the Thai culture because she was just speaking English. I think that'd be great for her. And it was just a marvelous place to come and live at nothing price. If you're a minimalist, it's a great place to live.
Yeah. Well, you see, I was, and one of the reasons that we're talking about health insurance, if I was pulling that off at home, now, I'm not complaining about it because I realize how fortunate I am.
Yeah.
We're looking, I think by the time the smoke clears, I'm going to pay, close to 33,000 baht for health insurance and with some good inpatient, outpatient coverage. And if I was to do that at home,
what was you paying a year in the States? I know it's more expensive.
I wasn't. I was covered when I was working. But if I was to have to get my own private insurance, we're looking at $600 a month.
A month. Okay.
A month. So you're looking at 15, just rounded off, say 15,000 baht a month. So 32,000 compared to about 150,000 baht a year, 160.
I was paying about $400 in Europe.
Yeah. So it's hello, Robert. How are you today? So that's one of the reasons why I'm over here, because I knew I could get cheaper insurance.
Yeah.
I was paying $800 a month for me and the wife back in the States. So, and that's what I'm getting at. So I knew the cost of living, gas, because I had a gas guzzler, so I had a truck. So I did all that. I knew that the areas that I'd be living in was more compact and I'd be on a scooter. So I wouldn't be going through, my gas bill was going to be down, my electric, phone, rent, everything like that was all going to be lower. Well, you take that in. Well, I still kind of apply some of my Western standards to living here, even though some things are more expensive. Yeah. So, it's definitely a nicer way. I have brought some Western standards with me because I just can't eat Thai food 7 days a week, 20, all 3 meals. I love Thai food.
We're not Thai. It's because we're not Thai.
Yeah. So,
like my daughter's Thai. My daughter's Thai. My daughter's half Thai, but she only eats, when it comes to Thai food, she has maybe 10%.
That's a little lower than I would have expected. But I agree with that. Forget about keeping up with the Jones. Just live good quality budget life in Thailand. Enjoy it. I think you can just take off the word budget and just say, just live a good quality life and always be cognizant about your budget, but don't worry about it at the same time, because at the end of the day, if Tom says, hey, we're going to go down to Peaky Blinders for lunch on Friday, I'm not going to look at him and go, oh, for crying out loud, I'm not going down there. I can go get a burrito down at this place for 80 baht. Whereas, at Peaky Blinders it's a tad bit more.
Yeah. But I think our meals are quite reasonable. I don't think we spend a great deal of money on food. I know Gary did, but it's the first time he's been in the restaurant for 9 months.
Correct. But at the same time, we're doing Western. You go into these Western restaurants, you're paying Western prices or damn near to Western prices.
Yeah. That's why we live here.
Right.
And it's not about keeping up with the Joneses. It couldn't be any further from the truth, to be honest with you, because who you got to keep up with? When you look at somebody like myself, where I used to own a lot of suits, and now I don't own a pair of shoes, a pair of trainers, a pair of socks, a pair of trousers. I I don't own a jumper, a jacket, a suit, a tie. All that's all gone. So I'm definitely not keeping up with the Joneses. And my lifestyle is gone. The lifestyle.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that I do that would be perceived as keeping up with the Joneses, but I do it for comfort. Like, I'm the first person that will tell you I won't go out there and buy every gadget on the planet that comes out, but I'll sure as hell fork over some money for a good plane seat. Or I'm not going to jump on the bus to go to the airport. I'm going to hire a private taxi for the 1,000 baht. And everybody's going, well, you can take the bus to the airport for 140 baht. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I get a private taxi, get shoveled down there, and then and this, that. So I pay the 1,000 baht. It's comfortable. They can pick me up straight from my place, bring me to the airport, no problem. And I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to wait on buses or anything of that. Or, it's just it's not something. So I could cut back more. I just do things on comfort. It's like if I got to get to that point to where I'm counting the beans or the rice on my plate, well, then my ass needs to get back to work then.
Yeah, exactly.
If I get down to that.
I feel exactly the same way as you, really. Like we actually think so similar when it comes to stuff like this anyway, don't we? And as Gorge, he just explained himself. He says, I mean, what? Let's get it up.
Yeah.
So I'm dyslexic.
What we do in the West, you just don't. I didn't do it in the West. That's the
I didn't do it in the West either. When I was in the West, gorgeous Thailand, I lived off grid for 10 years. So I was like a gypsy.
I was on grid. I was just a cheap bastard, according to a lot of other people. I had friends that had nice money, and I drove around in I went and bought a used truck, and it was paid for in low miles. And they started putting them truck specials out during COVID. And I was looking at them, and then I saw the prices on it and went, oh, the hell. And everybody was buying new shit and stuff like that. I was like, the hell with you guys. My shit works. I don't need a new vehicle. Mine's paid for, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Never did fancy clothes, so to say. Didn't get into that, going to all the trendy places. I was much more comfortable in a lawn chair around a bonfire with a beer than I would going to some swanky club or nightclub or anything like that. So
leading a simple life here. I just find it's really, really simple. But I need to have Western food, and also as well, I need to have sensible conversation. And that's what I like about the group we hang around with. It's always
and like my uncle always said, if you're happy, I'm happy. Because at the same time, we're sitting here saying, this, that, the other, but for gorgeous Thailand, his way of doing things, if it makes him happy, that's great, then I'm happy too. There's everybody. We talked about it before. Me and another guy that lives here, he was saying, man, I can't believe all these guys that come over here, meet these girls from Isan, move up to the farm, live on the farm for the rest of their lives, and they're all, and he's like, I couldn't, and he's like dogging them. I'm like, man, we have guys at home that, you hear about them. Oh, they move back to the farm. They move back to the farm and they go, buy a farm, and that's where they live out their days and stuff like that. I said, it's the same thing here. If they're enjoying life living out in Isan on the farm, who are you to say anything about it? You don't. He didn't say you have to do it. He said, I'm going to go do it and F everybody else. And he's totally happy. So God bless him and good for him. If they're happy doing it, let them do it. But don't knock. I won't knock your way of life. Don't knock my way of life.
Yeah. There's a guy I know just like locally to where I live in Payun Beach, and he's a nice guy, and he doesn't go out at all. He does not go out. He stays in his house 7 days a week. He just doesn't go out. Never goes to a restaurant. And he's happy as a pig in shit.
Yeah. But you have people like that, the best thing you can hope for people is they find their own way and their own individual happiness. And what makes you happy isn't going to make me happy, and vice versa a lot of times. For some people, I talked to Josh in La La Land, and well, shit, I didn't want to say that. I'll tell you, I talked to him, but we were talking about like living places, and I was trying to get him to come move out here. And he's like, Ryan, I can't do it. I like being in the center where I can walk out and walk. I said, well, you got everything here. And Brady goes, no, I like the center of town. I like the center of center. I said, man, that just sounds like hell for me. I don't want that at all. It's
like rural individuals, Daz. I totally agree. Rural.
And that's exactly the point.
Again, that's what I like about our group. Like, say there's, I think it's about 90. Is there a few people in our group, but they're not in the?
Yeah, it's about 19, 20. Yeah.
So say there's like 20, 22 people in the group. Because I know there's some people we have to communicate with outside the line. Right. So say there's 22 people there, but if somebody doesn't show up, it's not a problem. No one ever says anything. No one slags them off. It's just one of those things because we've all got our own lives to lead as well,
Right. Yeah, but the point I was getting at is like there's some people that like talking to Robbie walking in my shoes. He's loving Bangkok right now, and I'm like, the hell with that. That sounds like a personal hell for me.
Yeah, because
if you told me I had to go to move Bangkok, I said, fuck it, I'll just go back home.
Yeah, but
maybe not. I'm bluffing.
Robbie works because he works with Mike, and I think Mike's based in Bangkok as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So both of them are now.
And to be honest, when you first come to Thailand, like when I first come to Thailand in the late 90s, when I first come here, it was very, very much Bangkok for me. It was like a kid in the chocolate box because it just reminded me of London.
Mm-hmm. So, but I get it. Listen, some people, they like that city life and they love going and traveling around. They're like, oh, I got the beat. They're like, I'm going back to Bangkok where I have the BTS. I get it. I get it. I really do. I get it.
Oh, BTS is unbelievable, isn't it? BTS
it's just if I spend more than a couple days in Bangkok, I'm like, okay, I need to get back home and get to my scooter so I can go ride around. So
yeah. But as I say, that's what I really like about our group because the conversation on Friday was really, really good. It was just really intelligent, And one of the guys who I won't mention his name, but one of the guys was there when he was I dropped him off afterwards. And he said to me, he goes, "Oh, what?" He goes, "Yeah, Fred." He goes, "What?" He said, "He goes, what I like about hanging around with you guys is he just gets me out, so I just talk to you guys on a one-to-one level once a week,
right,
or twice a week."
Yeah,
and he loves it. He absolutely loves it, and he's a solid guy. He's so funny. He just makes me laugh. He does. Fred, you are hysterical if you're listening. He might be lurking in the background.
Sunday is his day off.
Is it? Really?
Yeah, that's
Really?
Yeah, we never mind. He says he takes the day off on Sundays, and that's his resting day.
I didn't realize he was that religious.
Well, it's not for that. It's just he needs to recharge the batteries. I get it.
Oh, not surprised.
So,
yeah, he's a great guy. So, Daz, when you coming over? Is it March or you're here in a few weeks? Yeah.
When. I forget what he said. We're going to have to figure out something special for Daz when he comes back. I don't think, the scary part is I don't think we ever took Daz to Peaky Blinders.
I think we have.
I don't think we have. Maybe we have. I just don't remember.
I think he's been there once with us.
Yeah.
The Peaky Blinders just made it for me, really, because we have that in some really average places recently, and I've just fucking
yes.
I need to eat somewhere good once a week because if not, I'm going to go mad. I'm going to lose.
What do you think? I sat there and I had Casa Pascal earlier, and I got my pancakes and waffles. When the pancakes and waffles got delivered to the table, I was in my happy place. And Daz, I ate to. Daz, I was at Casa Pascal today and had a couple croissants.
You had a couple of plates of ham.
No, it was, they call it a roasted pork loin.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
It's sliced up.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
And I actually took they had some cheddar cheese, so I threw that on one of the croissants with the pork. So I made my own little sandwich there while I was waiting on my chicken and omelet.
That's on a burrito.
Oh, yeah. We all had the burrito that day.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, what was the dishes on the on the buffet? Because sometimes Daz had a dish there once, which I've never seen since, which was like a chicken and mushroom. Was it, Daz?
They had that today as well because I was laughing because I got the what is it, the hash browns. I couldn't think of hash browns, and I did just like Daz did, because right next to the hash browns was the cream of mushroom or chicken, and I poured that on top of the hash browns. Yeah. I almost had it, and the hash browns were fresh, so I almost cleaned out the whole bin by myself and had a plate of that.
Oh,
yeah,
amazing.
So, but I tell you what, I think next week or the week after or something, I am going to go try that Beef Eaters for their brunch.
Okay, yeah,
because I do want to get that one on film. So,
yeah. Well, the thing is, we can get the thing on Tuesday on film. I've actually got footage for you for Kungs as well, so you can do too.
Yeah, do get some stuff lined up.
Yeah, if I go back into Kungs, get a little bit more footage, I can give it to you, and then you can have enough.
Yeah, I think I had some.
This is what's up on the what is that? I just put it up there the night, but that's Ryan's new company.
Yes, sir. All automated, so you can go on there 24 hours a day and get a free trial, a username and password, pay all your shit. I don't have to do a goddamn thing but hit a few buttons in the background.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice.
Is that the same with the free trial as well? You just hit the buttons and it goes. Yeah, it shoots.
Well, if someone signs up for the free trial, they actually go on there, fill out their information. Because I looked at one that came through and I could tell the ding dong put in a fake email address. Well, I wanted to tell them how to. Well, even though you have your own account and you can get your username and password through the account in the members area, it still sends you all the emails with the instructions, like, how to do this, how to do that. So it's like, don't fake the email address. Put a real one in there.
You might have to put a little note on that on the. You can change that on the website, can't you?
Yeah, well, email address is required, and that's about as far as I go. So,
but do they authenticate the email address before they accept it?
I don't. Yeah, I'd have to go look at my
settings. Some websites, when you're filling in a form, say I put in.
I think the members area is
gmail.com.
They send them the link, and boom.
Yeah, you get a little green tick to say it works.
Yeah. So
that's
about it with that.
Daz is saying the chicken Pascal was killing him. It killed him. And yes, it was the chicken and mushroom.
Which I
didn't have. I didn't have that day. Did you have the waffles? Did you have the waffles today and the pancakes?
And the pancakes. And the pancakes were just like I liked them. And the inside, they're a little bit undercooked. Yeah. I love them when it's like that. So
yeah. The best, the two best restaurants in Pattaya and John Tiem are the
Masala Twist.
Yeah, Masala Twist in.
You said the Dubai restaurant.
And for the Indian, I'll go Tucker House.
Is Tucker House the one over there by Central Pattaya Road?
It's in between Beach Road and Second Road, just a little way in, quite near the kebab shops.
There's another one that's out there by Central that that my friends swear about. I can't remember Oh Jesus! Let me look it up right now. Let me go to Google Maps.
The Dubai restaurant, which Walking in Your Shoes recommended. And I went there with Chris. We had an amazing meal there.
Didn't you say it was more Lebanese?
Yeah, well, it was a combination of like Lebanese, Indian, and Arabic.
I still need to get down there.
Yeah, I definitely want to go to a restaurant. Well, Peaky Blinders had it on Friday. Gary had the lamb chops, which were unbelievable.
Oh, it's this one right here, the Swad Indian restaurant and Thai food.
We'll put it up.
I'll see if I can figure that out. I'll copy the link here.
Yeah.
We've been
talking about you, Robbie. He's back. Robbie's back, so we've been talking about him. Yeah, what we said, Robbie, that Dubai restaurant. I've been there a couple of times now. Absolutely amazing place.
Right.
The food, the service. I'd love to go in there at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Apparently it's evening.
Apparently this one that I'm just through the Google Maps look, or the Google, did I throw the maps location up? What did I throw up here? I think that might be the maps for, Swat Indian. It's a location. I have personally not been there, but everybody that I've talked to about Indian food that's been around here for a while like that place. And I think Kevin even did a video on it back in the day, and they said it's still just as good as it was. So,
right. So where is that? So, there's the Indian restaurant just there.
Yeah, that's Beach Road and then Central Road. Beach Road right there to the left, and that's Central Pattaya.
So what soy is this?
That's Central Pattaya Road.
Oh, right. Okay, so it's quite a long way over. All right.
What do you mean that's a long? That's well for you, but not for me. That's like 5 minutes away.
Yeah, we can give that a go. I'm always up for that.
That might be next Friday then.
Yeah, I
do a little chicken tikka masala.
Well, you can park there as well, can't you? You know, it's.
Yep.
You know, it's easy, isn't it? So, yeah, we do look. You know, he's eating there. Oh, Mitch is already eating there.
Yep, and I did have the right restaurant then there.
Yeah,
and Mitch
is
now. Mitch, have you?
We always do 2 hours, Robbie. Occasionally, I go 3 hours. But normally,
if the chat's really good. Mitch, did you saying you ate there at SWAT? And you're right. Our mutual friend is the one that recommends that one, because Kevin brought him there.
Yeah.
Did
anyone got any questions in the chat or who not in the chat about visas?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm only asking. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I get a lot of people asking, you know, about, you know, moving to Thailand, and it's great, but you just got a plan. And obviously, Ryan, when you've done it, you planned.
Well, yeah, I planned I looked at it pretty good. Well, yeah, ask your visa questions away. Yeah, hopefully Robert's still here. Robert's the visa man.
Yeah, Robert's brilliant at visas.
Yeah. I think
that's the good thing about this chat and about the lunchtime. You know, when we go these lunchtime breaks, there's always good information available.
Yes. There's some stuff that we take for granted. And I always try to remind myself of that. Like, we have some people come over that have only been that are either vacationing, on holiday, or they're here for the first time. And I sat on the phone with some people, and they're asking me, some easy questions. They're like, hey, where do I go for this? Like food related questions as well. They're like, hey, where do I go for this? I'm like, literally right down the street from where you're at, and you can buy it right there. And came in on a 45 extended over 30 and got another 60 based on family support. I have heard that before, that people will actually, if you're up in the village, and you got grandma and the wife and, the nieces and nephews and cousins and all the other kids, where normally with us, they tell us, if you're going down there, if you're going to Jomtien and immigration, don't look like a bum, put on a nice shirt, decent, take a bath, take a shower, shave, you look like a respectable member of society. Don't look how I look right now with just a t-shirt
don't look
on.
Like I do now.
Yeah. But I've heard in the village that they're like, all right, don't get too fancy there. And they load up all the kids, grandma and everything. And someone goes in there and does the talking for them and is basically, the Falong is helping us and is basically taking care of the family. Please don't kick them out the country. And the people get a big heart and they're like, all right, let me give them another stamp. And they just keep extending that visa, or, they try to help them out because they realize that, boom.
Yeah. So what are you doing after that, though, the gorgeous Thailand? Are you staying or are you going back? The marriage visa is the way to go if you can, because that's what.
And believe it or not, Tom and Robert are the ones that could probably easily walk you through a marriage visa.
Yeah.
And if you're up in the village, there's no sense of using an agent. Just get your paperwork together. Robert probably has a how-to checklist on this, and this.
Yeah.
On how to do it. Go pay your 1,900 pot and get on with your life.
That's the point of the bar girl count.
Yeah.
Ask for a friend.
No, Daz, it does not. Because you'd have to prove that you're the only one doing it, and I don't think you could. So
yeah, the easiest way is though, if you fall in love with somebody, just marry them. You know.
Yeah.
You can't help who you fall in love with. You know. That's the reason why I've been like, I'm on my fourth wife now. You know?
And to answer Robbie Shoes, well, I've heard some fireworks going on, but evidently there's not a. I think the parties are in little, like house parties in little waves, since we're to help a friend with his visa. Yep. See, I was right on that one. We're in, Fulongville over here where I'm staying at. So they're really not celebrating the Chinese New Year's and even at that, the Thais told me that yesterday was the big celebration. And today was the day that you went out and bought shit for, like, you bought new clothes and new this and
the gold shop.
And the gold shop. And, from what I understand,
the Thai gold was 33,000 baht.
Yeah. As I always say, there's no reason to get the government. I have to actually rescind what I'm getting ready to say. There's no reason to get religion and the government involved in your relationship. Yeah. However,
but
if you're over here and you need a visa, I guess there is a good reason to get the government involved in your relationship because you need a visa. So. Yeah.
If you don't get married, then definitely don't put anything in your girlfriend or your girlfriend's name, because
right. Well, I was sitting there at the shop and I was joking around. I asked Papa. I said, "Hey, Papa, you want to go down and get married? I want to get a marriage visa," and he gave me this look like, "You've got to be kidding me." Yeah. And we had some people, they started laughing. I was like, "Come on, Papa, I need a visa." I said, "Marry me." And Ty's let the unions happen now. He's like, "There ain't no way." He says, "If we do that, we're going to have to go somewhere way out of here to do it, because there's no way I'm going anywhere near Satahip with another man into the city or the city building to say that I'm marrying another man." He says, "My friends will never let me live that down." I was like, "Come on, Papa." He's like, "Marry Mama." I had her going one day too. She was like, I said, "Come on, I need a visa. Come on, let's get married." She's like, "Okay." We signed paper. And what she was telling me, it was basically she wanted a prenup. She was willing to do it. She didn't realize how much I was joking, because I kept pressing her. And everybody was having a good laugh at the shop. And she goes, "Okay, we'll do it, but we sign paper first. You not get my money, I not get your money." I said, "Mai Pen Rai." I said, "My me tong." I said, "I don't have any money." I said, "I know you're the one with the land and houses up there and up in the village." And she's like, "You're not getting any of it. We're not getting married."
What's the difference, Robert, between a non-O and a non-OA? I'm not sure on that.
I know the difference. I just don't know it enough to be able to repeat.
All I know is the best one to go for is a non-O.
I think it's the OA. I think that's the new one they're coming out with. Yeah, it's like you can get 15 months out of it now or something, because I'm pretty sure that's what Robbie has now when we went down there, because what's their faces were saying that they're advertising for the non-OA retirement visa, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. Like the marriage visa is so simple now. It's just crazy. It's like you're in and out in 20 minutes. It's crazy.
It's so simple for you because your wife does all the paperwork.
Yeah. It does help.
Some people just aren't good with paperwork. I've come to find, like, you have you ever gotten something from, I've never gotten anything from IKEA, but I've gotten shit in the boxes before where you have to, put it together. You have guys that open up the box.
That's got it.
Okay.
OA,
you get it outside of your country. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And the O, you convert it from an OA to an O when you come here.
Yeah, well, then it's the same damn thing, it sounds like.
You do in your own country before coming here.
Yeah, it sounds like the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Have to have insurance for the OA. Yeah. once again, it's shit I don't worry about because I'm not there yet. But you ever had these people like you dump out the box and you got to put it together, whether it was like a kid's toy or something like that, or whatever it was. You've got some people that can grab the instructions and go line by line and puts this thing together, no problem. And then you have the other people that just look there and just freeze up and go, how the F am I going to get all this shit together? And then they have to call somebody in to come read the paper for them and give them the instructions on how to do it. It's the same way with doing shit around here with bureaucracy. Some people just can tackle it and it's no problem for them. Some people just need a little guidance. So
but I think some people make it tough for themselves.
Yeah,
and as you say, you know, when you were talking about earlier about doing your homework, so they get the medical insurance, and then they find that the medical insurance is not as good as what they had, but it's because they haven't looked into it. They haven't looked at the small print.
Yeah, and so but you also got to realize. And then when you're here and you're retired and you're out of that world and you don't want to deal with this shit and someone hands you a packet, like they literally stapled it and it was like 7-8 pages long. And I'm going through line by line because I'm used to government bureaucracy and the verbiage and all the bullshit that goes with contracts and stuff. So I'm used to reading that shit and trying to filter through it to see what they're saying. For some people, they're going to go, oh, holy hell, you know? So it's, I get it. I really do. That's why I said it's not a bad thing to ask for help around here sometimes. And help comes in many forms. Help could either be an agent. Help could be a buddy. Please don't ask the drunk next to you at the bar, even though sometimes it might be decent advice. The worst thing I've seen done is some of these guys will get a Thai woman to help them. Once again, some are better than others. Some are
gorgeous.
Some are better than others. Yeah. Then gorgeous. That would be a wander down to Pattaya and find you a good agent. If you looked on Soy Post Office 13/1,
a little
place called Manarat, I would advise you to stop in there and ask them. It
all depends where he is. Where is he?
Yeah, but everybody can take a bus down here for a couple $100 baht and stay the night. I'm pretty sure that I have a buddy that's closed out there by you that is actually mailing his shit to them nowadays to get the 90-day checkup and to do everything because he doesn't want to drive down. I said, man, you're rolling that dice with putting that shit in the mail. He says he's using a courier service and puts it in a big envelope. Puts the visa in there, but
I'm putting this link up for you, gorgeous Thailand. This agent is excellent for visas.
He's in Chayapum. Where is that at? Is that? I know the Chayapum in Pattaya.
That's near Robert, isn't it? Chayapum, is it near Robert?
Yeah. See, Robbie went to the agent. Him and I walked down there, and we went down there to talk, just to talk. Next thing I know, he's walking out going, where's the closest ATM? I'm getting this stuff. Near Con Ken. Oh, he's up there a little bit. Yeah, but he said he's leaving. He's going back home, and then he's flying back. My buddy did his visa. Hey, John, what's going on? My buddy did his
and for driving licenses,
TikTok. Yeah, but the driver's license easy enough. He can use somebody up in the village for that and go get his driver's license easy.
Yeah, but on this one, you don't take no test here, it says.
Yeah, they probably don't. They probably don't even have a pen and paper up in the village.
Well, he can look back. He can look back at it, can't he? He can look back.
Yeah, So,
I'm not going to take this stream down because we haven't smoked no marijuana or anything.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah. But it is 10:03, so it's getting about my time where I'm going to start wandering off because I got shit to do.
You're still working, mate? You're still grafting away.
I'm grafting. I wanted to put together another page. I'm thinking I'm going to put that off till tomorrow.
What's his Vietnamese restaurant we're going to on Tuesday?
I was going to hold that back. And look, here comes old Tommy J. Where's Jay Easy? He should be following in pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be here till 11 now.
Yeah, you sit there and you talk to the people, and I'm exiting stage door left. Get Mitch to come on. You know Mitch is still sitting in there.
No, he's lurking. He's lurking.
He's lurking. Mitch needs to just come on the show and be done with it.
Yeah, anyone want to come on the show?
Put the link up.
You know, it's like when Ryan goes, then if Ryan didn't come on the show every week, I wouldn't do this show.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, you just put a hit out on my head.
No, I don't mean it that way.
Someone's going to kill me now. They're going to be like, listen, we won't have to do this shit no more if you stop.
People don't realise how knackering it is doing it by yourself. You know, You know, when Mike gets onto the live, sometimes Mike does his own live stream by himself without Robin.
Right.
And he could talk for like 2, 3, 4 hours and just talk continuously.
He was a radio DJ. He's a professional. There's a difference between Mike's and the rest of us. The man's a professional, and you can tell it right away.
I
understand
that, but it's still, you know, like when we do it, you know, when we do this show for 2 hours,
right,
and I'm not going on for 3 hours, say for example, following day, I really feel it. I'm knackered, absolutely knackered. You know, if anyone hasn't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm nearly at 1,700 subscribers. See, as soon as you said you was going, we're down to 12 subscribers straight away. 12
viewers. Down to 12. The big question is, when are you going to get off your ass and pay the extra money so we can get the Powered by StreamYard and all that shit off? So,
well, I'm waiting for a link.
Oh, a link. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Chris has got to send me a link. He's got a special link, which is like $10 a month.
Talking of which, his show should be coming down soon. Maybe get Chris on. But other than that, I am going to head on out because I like to cut it off at 2 hours just because I want to go eat something because I haven't eaten since lunch.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself at Casa Pascual. Hope you chose it.
It was lovely. So everybody else, y'all have a good evening. Did you see the crew move on? You do know what that means, huh, Tom? Am I the only one that knows what crew Muon is?
You're having Thai lessons and you can pronounce it, so you must be quite impressed.
It's going to be Muon is usually, come on, they call you Uon or Muon as well.
Oh yeah, that's what my wife calls me, Pretty Pig.
Yeah, and crew
great
is
show,
teacher.
Guys. Off to the land of Zeds now. Yeah.
So
no, to be honest with you, Muon, I was in. I went to have a jab in up in where was I? Yasaton, and I was up there, so it was all queuing up, and the lady and the nurse come out, and she went, "Move on," and everyone turned around and looked at me. So that was it. So marvelous. Yeah, I am a happy pig, you know. So that was about it, really. Well, thanks very much to Chris and to Ryan and everybody who come on tonight. People are probably going to be asking about, do you want to know exchange rates? Let me know if you do. I'll put up the charts. If not, I won't bother. The problem we've got with the US dollar, if it drops below 32, we're in trouble. But hopefully it won't. I'm hoping it's going to go hit the 32 and then bounce upwards. That's what I want. And we all want it. Yeah. Chris, how you doing? See? Someone put a link up again. Yeah. I hope everybody enjoyed my intro tonight, my space effects. That was Chris giving me he gave me the inspiration to do sci-fi intros, which was amazing. Oh no, this one here, that's TikTok. That link don't work. Yeah, how these guys do the shows by themselves, I do not know. I really do not understand it. Paste. Break out the charts, says Robert. Yeah, they're not that interesting this week, to be honest with you. Yeah. I like to keep. Right, I'm going to share it now. Here we go. Present it. Share screen. Entire screen. And bosh. There you go. Yeah, so this was the 3 year for the US dollar. So this is since the Wuhan started. Before Wuhan, it's just on the US dollar. And you can see, you know, we was down at 30 at one stage. He just decided to flick back. Hold it 1 second. So this is the 3 year. So on the 3 year, this is before Wuhan, and you can see how it's climbed and climbed. And for the last 12 weeks, last 3 months, we've really been struggling to hold on. And these lines down here tell you that the US dollar is totally oversold. So this should rebound. If it hits 32, it should rebound. If this goes down to 30, we're in real trouble. Just to let you know. But I reckon it will. There's a lot of support here across the 32. This is all 32. This line coming all the way across. So I've got a funny feeling it'll hit the 32 and bounce up. You know, then it could go up as high as like 35, 36. Two. And then the 1 year, this is what's happened over the last year. So you can see, you know, after 6 months of the year, we've been trending up and then we've been trending down. But you can see this is a totally oversold position. We're totally oversold in the US dollar. So something's going on here in the markets behind the scenes. And then the 1 month. So going forward between now and the next like 3-4 weeks, I see the lows of 32 and the high of 33. I don't think it's going to do a great deal. It just depends on what financial information comes out from the Fed. Obviously, I know the Aussie dollar's suffering as well. You know, suffering because it's so much linked to the US dollar. But I honestly think the US dollar is going to rebound. I think the Australian dollar. But I'm a positive trader. I'm not a negative trader. I'm a positive trader. So don't follow me because you could be bankrupt. It's not financial advice. There you go. Anything else going on? No, I can't see now. That's it. I can see the chats. Bye. Sell. Yeah. Well, it's terrible for the pound. If you're from the UK, it's diabolical. You know, you're having a real tough time. What's the predictions for the? What's predictions for the San Francisco versus Dallas? I just want San Francisco to win, and that's it. Even if we win by 1 point, but I want us to win. You know, it's a massive game tonight in American football. Who put stuff in the private chat? Oh, there's Chris. There you go. Hello, Chris. Hope you ain't been sitting there too long.
Hang on a second. All right. Better look at the camera. Hang on. I'll just move this tab over to this computer and over to this monitor. There we go. So, how's it all going, mofos?
No, things are good. Like the temperature's 27 degrees. Humidity is 50.
What are we at? 112. We're just past the 12. Just past the top of the hour. So there's no traffic. The weather is 22 degrees here. 76% humidity. There's and everything's just fine and freaking dandy. John,
it's fantastic, isn't it?
Oh, mate, it's just wonderful. I actually had to turn the light on because I've been talking to Spanky all night for the last couple of hours. So that's
was you
good.
live? Was you live or
no, just point to point. So it's all good.
Yeah.
Tommy, John, great to see you. I see Mitch just disappeared off the top of the comments.
I was hoping Mitch would come in. You know, he hasn't been well lately, the poor chap.
Yeah, that's no good at all. If you are still listening, Mitch, I hope you're feeling better. We chatted today quickly.
I don't think he's there.
Yeah, no, we chatted quickly on Instagram today about some other stuff. So, Daz, damn cold in NorCal. Yeah, well, that's because you're in NorCal. That's why. Bloody hell, mate. It's lovely.
He's there in the background.
Yeah, it's
we
lovely.
Love you, Mitch. Mitch, you're such a good guy, mate. Mitch is such a good guy.
Mitch
Mitch
doesn't get much better than Mitch. You know, the original king moderator.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's just where a lot of people would really hide the information. Mitch has always really been good at passing the information out. you know. And
well, that's true. Yeah, absolutely.
You know? And I remember somebody saying to me once, they said, "Oh, what's Mitch like?" I said, "Well, Mitch, what you see is what you get." I said, "Anyone who hates him is normally just an arsehole."
No, hang on a sec. What's the time? Hang on, let me see. It's 1:14 a.m., which means it's all right to say that anybody that doesn't like Mitch is a fuckwit. Simple as that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Sorry to mess up your live stream, but that's just the way it is.
No, not at all. You haven't messed it up at all. You know what it's like on here anyway, because on here you just say what you want, and it's just.
I do. Yeah, I kind of figured.
I think you're much the same, really. And I know you have your rules, but it is much the same because.
Oh, look, Spanky and the Bear is pretty much PG/M and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's fun. There's a little bit of innuendo, I'd say.
You hit it right on the absolutely right. Innuendo is fine and stuff like that. It doesn't trigger the YouTube AI bullshit. Oh yeah.
Well, I can't make what's going on with YouTube. Like I put up 2 shorts, they've just strangled. They've strangled me. Absolutely strangled me.
Mate,
last 2 days.
Have a look at James and Far stuff over the last couple of weeks. You know, I mean, it just got, just started to level out again. And then the next thing you know, boom, today it just turned yellow, red, or whatever the hell color it is, and strangled him again. I'm just like, oh, that pisses me off. It really does, you know.
Yeah.
You can't find nicer people. Yeah, okay, they push the limit a little bit, but it's just it's fun stuff. You know. It's just like, oh, Jesus, really?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was just about to shut down. I thought, hang on, bloody, this is Sunday night, and
Tom's live.
Tom's live, so I better jump in and pull the chain and all that stuff.
In. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know what's gone on, but since I got 1,000 subs, the channel's just taken off.
Have you hit it? When did you hit 1,000?
I hit 1,000 subs in June. I'm now up nearly to 1,700 in a few months.
Jeez, I hadn't. Sorry, mate. Really,
but it's also my views, my viewing levels. I've got over 1,000 hours.
Yeah,
this month already.
Wow, that's good. Yeah.
Is that good, Chris? Is that good? I'm not sure.
For the amount of subs, yeah, that's not bad at all. That's just cruising along nicely.
Yeah. And when I go into like Social Blade and see the projections,
Social Blade's always a couple of days behind, if not a week.
Yeah.
You kind of got to look at the analytics, within YouTube Studio and that. But man, that's a lot of hard work. I run my own channel. HK runs her channel, and we run Spanky and the Bear in the middle.
Yeah,
so to speak. And
well, that's quite tough. Just running that as well, isn't it? It's quite. Have you come up to a day yet? What day you are actually going to go live on a regular basis?
Well, we're kind of working. That's what we're talking about tonight. So we'll let that drop in the next 7 days.
Okay.
Basic work. We were waiting for Bobby to get back to the US.
Yeah.
See where he lands. There's other people involved and stuff like that. Look, we're not looking for subs and all the rest of it.
No. If you go across my house, I'm not worried. You know what I mean? I'm not worried because it's
either are we. We're just looking like you.
I've set my hours, and that's it. But somebody said, like when we first come on tonight, Brian was saying, "Well, Robert Mack's live. This is live. That's live." I've always done it at 8 o'clock, and I tried doing it at 7, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, no. I mean, 8 o'clock is 11 o'clock here.
Yeah, this is late. It's late for you guys.
Until I get out. No, it's not late at all.
Yeah.
Jesus,
I would like to do a live stream on a Monday. I need that link off you to get rid of my duck.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, no, I'll sort that out in the next day or so. That's no problem.
Yeah. So what's that cost, Chris? So you getting rid of the duck? What's it cost?
$10
a month. Is that
it? That's it. Yeah. But you've actually got to jump a hoop. You got to go to 30, and then you got to go backwards. And then they sneak a little oh, we really don't want you to go. So hang on, here's a $10 one, and we'll get rid
So
of
do
the
you have
dark.
to pay the $30 first? Do you?
No, you don't. That's if you do it the right way, you jump in and then give it 40. I shouldn't really say, but you give it 48 hours. Then you jump out and say, no, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
And you answer the right questions, and they say, well, hang on, we've got this one that's in beta at the moment, and you get the the one that you've seen on our channel.
Yeah,
it's just a subtle StreamYard, and you can put your own bloody thing up. Yeah,
that's what I need really.
Yeah,
I need that. I need that.
I'm pretty sure that'll become the norm within a short space of time, because people are either sick to death of like the $0, with a big green duck, and they don't want to pay $30 for for completely configurable, whereas the $10 one is completely configurable, but there's no duck, and there's just a subtle StreamYard up in the
well, you can put your own watermark on there as well, can't you? You got a watermark on yours.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can put a watermark on and all that sort of stuff. So
because the thing is, I've been doing this live stream now for getting on for about 7 months. I can't believe it. So,
you've been going
I can't remember how long I've been doing it, but it's been a long time. And I'm really relaxed about doing it. It's when you get on the camera, like when you first do it, you're quite nervous. And I've definitely got over that stage. That stage is gone.
Crap, I've got that light turned up too high. Just stand by. I'm going to turn that down a couple of notches. All I'm seeing is bloody.
I'm sorry about that. I was stretching out. I had to let the cat in, but you can see my nice space screen in the background.
Nice. All right, I'll be back in 1 sec. I just got to turn the buddy. Turn the light down. Change the color temperature.
Yeah, and just recently, guys, I've been getting more and more involved with a lot of nomads, because there's a lot of nomads who want to come to Thailand, and some of them are younger, but I'm surprised there's so many nomads over the age of 50, and I've been giving them advice which they've really appreciated. So I'm hoping that they are going to come over and come to a few meetings, etc. Yeah, good guys.
There we go. That should be a bit better. Oh shit! I still got the bear
behind
me.
I was just saying there, Chris. Recently, I've been getting involved with a lot of digital nomad groups.
Yep.
And I've been giving out advice online, and it's been really appreciated by the guys, because I'll try and stay positive if I can.
Yeah.
And
the best way to be.
Yeah, and it's so I'm hoping that a lot of those come over and start using the live stream. Hopefully, So.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah, because some of the questions you get on the nomads is quite funny. It's just, it really is. It's just. I want to do. I've just come out of university. I've seen the course I can do. Can I be and what I say on that is, you always need the work experience.
That's it. That's exactly right. Everyone's going, I can funnel all these email addresses and all the rest of the stuff, and I'm going, dude, you're 5 to 7 years old, or too late for all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like drop shipping and all the rest of the stuff. It's just like that's way gone, But there's still people pushing it,
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they're pushing the courses, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right.
I reckon I actually report at least a channel a day for whether it's one of the financial channels or whatever. I'm always reporting people. I'm always saying to them, you just can't do that. If you do that, you are. There's one which is terrible. There's a girl who's in Dubai, so it's unregulated, and she's going, oh yeah, if you send me $1,000, I can convert it into 50 for you, and all this. It's just crazy. It's absolutely madness.
Seriously.
Yeah. But YouTube, I blocked the channel, and YouTube are still sending me ads. So in the end, I've had to go to Google to report her to Google, because I'm saying this is mis-selling. Because You know, 92% of people lose their money when they're trading. So I don't see how this girl could say, give me $1,000 and I'm going to give you 50 in a month.
That's just straight ripping people off.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, 28 degrees in Cheyenne, Robert's saying.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's okay.
That's nice.
That's
28 is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the winters here.
Yeah, I've just turned the fan off here, and because it's 23 and a bit, almost 24, and I'm starting to get a bit chilly. So, yeah, that's enough for me.
and there's Cookie the cat. He's 1 year old now.
Hey, 1 year. Oh my goodness me!
Where does time go?
Oh, that's right. I remember when Cookie was just a wee little one.
Look at him now. He's nearly another 6 months. He'll be an adult cat.
My goodness me! I love his eyes. It's just like, oh goodness!
It really annoys me, Mrs., because I tell me, Mrs., how much I love him.
Yeah, well, no, sorry.
Because he's my mate. He's my mate. At the end of the day, he's my mate. 21.
Yeah.
Wow, that is low. 21.
21. Bloody hell! That's almost putting on a jacket time.
Yeah. We've only had. I've been here 2 years, and I've got my own weather station here, which records as well.
Yeah, same here. That's what I got up on the wall. Yeah,
and in 2 years, I've only reached 21 once.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
on Friday we got up, and it was 20. On Friday, I believe it was 24 degrees. We got up, and my daughter's going to me, Dad, it's so cold here. I said, well, you think it's cold here? You're the one who wants to go back to the UK.
Daz, well, yeah, that's what you get for being bloody. Yeah, I think you're in SoCal at the moment. Tim, 19 and Udon. Yeah, well, that's not too bad, I guess. You can put some long pants on. But, Chuck the other day, he's bitching about it's like 7 or 8 degrees. I'm like, well, more for you, for being in that part.
Hong Kong must be cold, isn't it? Hong Kong.
HK's it's about 9. It was about 9 degrees today.
Wow.
But
that's jumper and jacket.
It is, yeah. But that's pretty normal for this time of year for Hong Kong.
Gorgeous Thailand. It's due to be 14 tonight where he is. Wow.
All right. Really? 14. When I wake up
we're quite lucky. This part of Payung Beach where we live. So the highest temperature we get here generally is 33, and the lowest temperature we get is like 21.
Yeah, well, where I am at the moment was pretty much, it's almost the identical position off the equator, but the other side.
Okay.
At the moment. So this time of year, not always, but this time of year, what you get, we get type of thing.
Okay.
So, it gets cool at night, which is good. You can throw a blanket on, and right at the moment it's 20 something degrees, whatever it is. I've still got the fan on. It's just comfortable. So
like the weather for the next few days is looking pretty good as well. The weather, it's been quite warm in the day. In the day, it was up to 32 again, so that's warm here. Yeah,
that's what we've been getting. It's funny, you go further south from here, down where Mike is, not Mike's, but Mike, everyday part of life. Down in Melbourne, they've been 37 to 39 degrees C.
Just Thailand, that's classic. 14, 15, but it feels like -1.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Daz, bloody hell, 14 to 15 high temp during the day. Jesus, that's
God.
I hope that's centigrade. Bloody hell.
So do I. I hope it is centigrade, because if not, it's like 14 below.
Yeah, that's right.
15 or 17 below, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. God, I hate that stupid bloody imperial crap. Sorry for all you Americans, but you're the last ones on the planet to.
Yeah, even the Brits gave up. Even the Brits gave up.
Yeah, that's right. The whole world's gone, metric.
I think it's only America who's held on to it. I think the only country that's held on to it.
Yeah, and America gave it a go once and went, "Oh, hang on, we can't work this shit out." So,
but do they have kilometers there instead of miles? America, I can't remember.
But they got both these days. Most of the cars and stuff that I know of, and their cars, because they come from all over the planet, they got a mixture of metric and imperial size spanners, sockets, stuff like that. But John, I don't know where you are, John Peake. 31, so that's obvious.
He's in John TM. He's Australian.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. I remember he was Australian, but I'm not sure where he was. So.
Yeah, and Richard missed out on you. If you'd have been in there, old Richard, he'd have loved you. He loves your film editing. He loves it.
Yeah. Look, I missed it last week because again I was talking to Spanky. We've been chatting for hours in the background, and but by the time I get off and she goes to sleep, it's just like Richard's just disappearing. It's just like okay, whatever,
Yeah.
But I get where he is in San Fran, I think, at the moment. So it's time for him to, get some Zeds and bits and pieces. So, and I was just about to shut down here and go to bed because it's it's 1:30 a.m. here, so on a Sunday night. So I figured
it's nearly bedtime. You working at the moment, Chris? You got work or?
Actually, I just finished a job today. I sent that out at midnight, or just before midnight, anyway.
Yeah.
I was overseeing my realtor today, and I was just like, she said, "Oh, why don't you just have a drink and bloody, sleep in the spare room?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a good idea." And it's just like, oh shit, I got a trailer to go out, and it was literally finished, but I didn't get the actual right. Yeah, okay, we're ready to go send it. So I had to come back here and pick up the video, press send, boom, gone, wait for it. Yeah, we love it. And that was the end of it. So, anyway, it's just, it is what it is. But other than that, it's all quiet until probably, what's today? It's Monday now. So it'll be Wednesday before I see any other work. But, as you know, I'm not chasing it these days.
No. But this is the trouble, isn't it? Like somebody rang me a few months ago or emailed me and said, "We got work for you." And I went, it's support work, but it was in Europe, so it meant me staying up all night.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I wasn't horrible to them. I just said, "Look, to be honest with you, for me to do that, if you can't pay me $1,000 a day, it's no point me doing it because you're asking me to work like literally 24 hours a day."
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And but it would have meant I had to work from, I think it worked out, I had to work from I had to work from 4 o'clock in the afternoon to 7 o'clock the following morning, so it's a long time, it's a long time of work,
absolutely. I get it.
Saying that, I don't work. I stay up anyway because I can't sleep anyway. So
no, I'm the same. I'm absolute insomniac, and I changed from job quoting to basically an hourly rate, which is $100 US an hour, and people just pay it. So it's just whatever.
So if $100 now, you work 10 hours, it's $1,000. It's $1,000 a day. So.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, same thing. It's just it is the rate, and I just said to him, it's just not. I in the end, I just said to him, to be honest with you, I just don't think I can give you the quality of service.
Yeah, I tried that, but they said, "But hang on, no, you've done this."
Oh yeah, no, yeah. They still come back. It's like
honestly, I'm going to change my name. I'm sick of the reputation. But hang on,
it's the same. It's the same with Daz. I'm quite sure they'd rent him as a contractor. Same with John. Probably the same with, I don't know Gorgeous Thailand, what he does or what he's done in the past, but I'm quite sure we're all the same. All the ones who have retired, they all want you to go back to work.
Yeah, that's it. It drives you
because there was just so many of us. There were so many of us who just left.
Yeah,
at the same time, there were so many of us who left the workplace.
If you're in a niche market, that leaves the marketplace and stuff like that, it's just like, okay, right, great, I'm out of it. I can go incognito and all the rest of it. Yeah. And the bastards just track you down and say, we've got this job or whatever.
Yeah. Well, when Daz told his boss, he goes, well, "You didn't tell me." He goes, "Well, I don't have to." And then he said, you can't leave, Daz." He goes, "Well, I'm going tomorrow." And he went, "You can't do that. You can't leave." Me and Daz were laughing about it in the car.
Oh, that's great. I love it. Yeah.
He worked for Chevron. I'm sure he won't mind me saying. He worked for Chevron. He worked in oil.
Yeah.
So all those years of experience and just walking out is just crippled them, you know.
Yeah, same here.
You know?
Yeah.
And Bobby's been over here for a month, and apparently her boss has sent around a memorandum saying nobody can take 4 weeks off ever going forward.
Oh, you're joking. Well, that's great. She needs to take bloody 4.5 weeks off.
Because she's come here and she's seen it, she's actually made her think, hold it, it's time to go.
Yeah, excellent. That is so good. So good to hear because, Bobby's been pining for it for such a long time.
Yeah.
And Jai's been just like, oh, no, I got to keep working. Yeah. Sorry, guys, if you see this tomorrow or whatever, but just get the freaking hell out of the place and,
I'm sure they won't mind me saying that because obviously there's no one at work who knows. I haven't mentioned her name. But it's, I just said to her, when they say that to you, that gives you the encouragement to say, I'm leaving, because they're treating you as a slave, as a corporate slave. So it's time to go. This is the reason why you've been a digital nomad for years, because you manage your own time, but when you do the work, you're committed to it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Daz, you're absolutely 100% right, mate. I put my prices up. Must have been 6 or 8 times with Warner's and Sony and all the rest of it, and the boss is just going like, yeah, okay. So what's the problem? Just do this. We want this. We need this work done.
Yeah.
Ever since I did the work on Interstellar, it was just like, oh, okay. It's just like, but it's not just me. I mean, there's 5 other people in the group.
In the world.
Yeah, well, maybe. That did the edits and made it all work, and we had people on set and stuff like that, but we gained a reputation, and unfortunately it follows you. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, gorgeous Thailand. My company phones me on nearly a daily basis. They just can't buy the knowledge. That's it.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
And that's the same with everybody in here, including Robert, John, Daz, Chris here, yourself, all of us. They just cannot. When we all left, because we've all left at the same time, so we all left between March 2020 to say last week. That is a lot of experience leaving the workforce. Like, between just the people in the chat, it's like nearly, it must be the best part of like 300 years of experience.
Yeah.
when you get taken out of a workforce.
You get the kids straight out of university, and then they do another year or so. In my game, they're basically carrying the coffee on set or whatever and stuff like that. But that takes 10, 15 years to work out. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's the same. It's the same whether you're in hospitality or whether you're in IT. It's very, very similar. When you're doing projects, they're very much 24/7. But what's happening is they get, unfortunately, this sounds really horrible. They're getting some people coming out of university and they're saying, right, we've got to do this project for the next 16 weeks. And it means we're going to be working from 7 o'clock in the morning to midnight. And they're saying, well, what about the 48-hour week?
People like us and, the bulk of the chat and go 48-hour week. What? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. When I was working for Toshiba and IBM, I used to work a minimum of 100-hour week. A minimum of 100-hour week. And don't get me wrong, they paid me for it.
Look, absolutely. I'm the same. Gorgeous Thailand, absolutely. 37 years cannot be replaced. Not in.
So he must have worked for the same company for 37 years. Oh, fucking hell, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I spent 30 years plus another 8 years, as an independent.
Yeah.
So roughly the same amount of time. But you just cannot replace that. It's like, all right, this has got to be done now. That's got to be done now. That's got to be done now. And this is the way it works.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it costs the company, another 100 to 300 grand,
Yeah.
to get the shit out the door, no matter what you're doing, no matter what field or whatever.
Yeah.
And the bean counters are going, oh, well, that worked well. Or that goes, why are you over budget?
Oh.
And it's just like, it takes that many years experience to go, all right, I know how to make this work in this particular country at this particular time.
Wow.
And that's just the way it works. You can't get that straight out of fucking university.
No.
Sorry, guys.
So Gorgeous Thailand worked for M&S, which is Marks and Spencer's in the UK. Very famous. Upper end food. A lot of their stuff's now into food now. Correct me if I'm wrong, Gorgeous Thailand. Before they used to be mainly into clothes, but I think their food is the biggest department they've got now, and they've opened up shops everywhere. And if you've worked for them for 37 years, your pension would be unbelievable working for them 37 years.
M&S are like a big version of Westfield or something worldwide or something, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Upper end, it's
yeah.
When I was IT contract, I used to live out of Marks and Spencer's because I could go in there, I could get like dressed crab, nice salmon, like blah blah blah, just take away to eat in the room, because when you're doing a long project and you're working like for 16 weeks, 32 weeks, however length of the project, the one thing you miss is home cooked food. So you don't mind paying for good food. And I remember going to the Marks and Spencer's, they used to do this salmon. It was like Scottish oat smoked salmon in a pack, and it was all dry, but it was quite. It wasn't all wet and all slimy. It was quite dry. Right. And my God, I should just get some bread, put that into the bread, and oh man, that was unbelievable, because that was like home cooked food for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, as a company, like I probably told you, said before in the chat, we had a deal with Hyatt worldwide. Literally, we were paying $80 a night compared to $220 a night. For hotel rooms.
Yeah.
But the advantage was that, we had priority check-in, that's fine. Don't give a shit. But, when I finished work and rolled in at, 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning after working all night, I wanted a steak and veg and whatever back then for breakfast. They were like, all right, these are the regular, guys from our company, which I won't say. And they were like, yeah, okay, it rolled up, and you got your bloody, you got your you threw your laundry in a bag and stuff like that. That came back, and it was there the next day at some stupidly, ridiculously, rate, because it was just what we did.
Yeah.
But it was.
I always remember I was living in Tenerife. This is about 2004. So I'm living in Tenerife. I'll get a phone call at 6 o'clock in the evening in Tenerife. Yeah. So we've got two airports, one in the south, one in the north. But the flights on a Sunday are very limited. Yeah. I remember the guy rung me. He was in a panic. He goes, I'm in a real panic here. I said, what's the matter? He goes, the trainers, because we used to do like classroom training and shit like that, training the software.
Yeah.
And but this weren't classroom training. This was actually a site going live, and was changing all their computers out and blah 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 and restarting it all up again. I said, yeah, no problem. He goes, can you get to Edinburgh by 8 o'clock in the morning? And I said, I'll ring you back. Give me 20 minutes. The girl I was seeing on the side, she was an estate agent, not a travel agent. And I rang her up and I said, can you do me a favour? I said, I need to get to Edinburgh. She goes, what, tonight? I went, yeah, tonight. She got me a flight. And I've left there now, so it makes no difference. So I rang the guy back up. This is go back 2004. I said, look, I've done you a right favour. I can get a flight, but they want to charge me £1,000 for it.
Yeah.
And he went, we'll pay it. He said, as long as you give me an invoice, we'll pay it. I said, oh, yeah, no problem. So I rang her up. I said, can you give me an invoice for £1,000? She went, yeah. I said, how much the flight cost me? She said, 60. I said, when I come back, I'll take you for a drink. Well, I remember she picked me up at the airport. We went to the Buddha Lounge and we got
I love it. We had the same thing. We had a travel agent in Australia that got so sick of, we had a standing ticket with Star Alliance and One World in Australia at each major capital, so that we could roll up to the airport, grab the ticket from the counter, whether it was CX or whether it was SQ, Cathay or Singapore, just to get where we needed to go. And they got sick of doing that. It was just too hard and all the rest of it. So I shouldn't say, but they gave us access to Sabre, which is actually Sabre is what all the travel agents use to book tickets. Yeah. And if you can work out their gibberish about booking tickets, we were booking our own tickets and stuff like that for next to nothing.
And invoicing.
And invoicing it as well.
See, these corporations deserve to be ripped off.
Absolutely. So look, we did that for a while, and it worked fantastically. But but what we chose the client was a totally different thing. Actually, there's a funny one. It's about a month ago. I went up to the local bottle-o, which we call, where you buy a bottle of Johnny Walker or whatever and stuff like that. And I walked in and said, bottle of, liter of Johnny Black, that'll last me a month or two. And the guy literally behind the counter said, oh, we've got Fujitsu here at the moment, and they're not changing anything. They're just upgrading the software for the local, for this particular brand, Queensland wide. I said, I don't give a flying fruit bat, here's my money. All right, it's plastic, touch and go and all the rest of it. And he said, we can only take cash at the moment. I said, you are shitting me. Because these guys they were waiting for it to go from Queensland to Australia, from Australia to head office, and the whole lot to generate itself around. And I said, dude, sorry, you just lost my business because, Fujitsu, sorry, I shouldn't say their name, couldn't get their crap together. I'm out of here, You're just lucky that I've got a bottle that's, a little bit left at home. I'll come back tomorrow. If you haven't got your shit together by then, I'm going to go somewhere else to another supplier. And I was
Fujitsu was one of our competitors.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
because we was like IBM. I used to work for IBM and IBM and Toshiba.
Yeah, I mean the computers were right, and they were trying to. But the computers were right. They could charge us.
Yeah,
but the actual FPOS terminals. They were trying to work out. Oh, hang on, the terminals weren't. The little things that you touch and go at. They couldn't They couldn't. The update wasn't working. Someone had screwed up the software somewhere. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, I'm a customer. That's not my problem. You should have worked that out beforehand. Anyway, that's just the way it is.
I say, gorgeous Thailand said, I'm 57, living in a fantastic life in Thailand. Enough said. Yeah, it sounds about right, really. Yeah, good or bad, Thai tradition will be broken in my household. There'll be no way my kids will need to work to support their family. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, it's the same with mine. You're probably going to be the same as me. I'm in a situation where with my daughter, I'm already saving up so she can have a trading account by the time she's 10.
Yeah.
So,
it's the only solid way to go. Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter will never work for a corporation. If she ever works for a corporation, I will die on the spot. Done. Because if she can speak Thai fluently, English fluently, she can, where we live in Rayon, there are so many opportunities here to be translator, visas, blah blah blah, etc. etc. So
yeah, she's laughing.
Yeah, so she can just work a translator here, Chris. 7 hours just for a translator to go to the a translator, which you need. You got to have a translator if you go to if you're a Farang and you want to go to the land registry. You need a translator now. That's the latest law or latest rules. It's not law, but it's rules they have here.
Yeah,
and that costs you 7,500 baht for 20 minutes.
Yeah, can't beat that, mate. Bloody hell.
So she might as well do it. So
yeah.
Yeah, but the way she goes around with her camera filming, she'll end up doing something on YouTube anyway. She's just TikTok or whatever.
And look, if she ever decides when she's grows up and says, I'm going back to the UK or wherever, having that behind her, there's a dozen or more jobs where she can go, I speak fluent Thai. And they're going to go, oh, really? How fluent? Yeah, really fluent. So doesn't matter.
Like my other, her sisters are her older sisters.
Yeah.
They all speak Spanish, French. They've got several languages, both of them.
Yeah.
And neither of them have got degrees, but they've both got great jobs. One's a teacher, one's a nurse.
Yeah.
And they've both got really, really good jobs. They're both very, very stable.
Yeah.
But it's where they've got the languages, It's
That's
so
it.
important.
Yeah,
like in the school she's in, gorgeous. Her best mate, she's Chinese Thai, so she's learning it off of her anyway.
Yeah, that's handy. Yeah,
and likewise, what happened was, as soon as my daughter went in the class, her parents linked her up with my daughter so she could learn English. So the Chinese parents come up to me, which is really nice, and his name's Jack, really nice guy, and he said, "Oh, you're Tom." I went, "Yeah." So we started talking, and he went, let me take you out for lunch."
Yeah, that's the entry level. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And it's so funny when she comes out of school, because she comes out of her little Thai mates, and all her Thai friends are talking to her in English, and the parents are like sitting there thinking, "What the hell's going on here? What the hell's going on?" Because Anna say, "Bye-bye, see you tomorrow," and the kids will say, "Bye-bye, Anna, see you tomorrow, Anna, miss you," and then off they go, and the parents are going, they don't speak a word of English.
Yeah. No, it's great.
But it's going to be great for them because they can go and get a job on Mataput or whatever, So.
Yeah.
If you've got English, you can easily get a job in Mataput. You don't need the qualifications.
Yeah. No, that's it.
Robert's saying, never come across that, Tom. I'm off to the DLT Tuesday translator. Yeah, what it is, Robert, down in Rayon, apparently some guy he got ripped off for about 250 million, I believe it was.
Really?
Yeah. He was married to a Thai lady, and whether he'd done something, I don't know. But basically, the Thai lady went into the land registry office when he was out of the country. He come back to his home, and he didn't own his home no more. And she sold all the land, all the properties. It was about 8 properties, and she sold everything. Sold the whole lot. And so now here, if you're a Farang and you're doing a transaction in here, so if we're buying off, I don't buy anything because I have nothing in my name.
Yeah.
But if my wife's buying off a Farang, which we've been buying off Farangs, that Farang has got to have a translator.
Yeah,
and that is the rule in. It's not the law, but it's the rule in Rayon.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
So
out of my 14 years in the Philippines, I learnt Tagalog, and then 3 of those years I was in China. So I learnt Mandarin reasonably well, enough to get me out of trouble.
Did you have food poisoning there at all?
Actually, no. The only out of 30 years in the movie industry, the only place I got food poisoning was not in any of the outer areas, which we did work in, but was actually in Mumbai, of all places. Like the number one place in India.
Yes.
And, I'm in a 5-star freaking hotel.
Yeah.
And I ended up driving the porcelain bowl for nearly 4 days solid before they said, "Oh, we're going to have to get you a doctor for dehydration."
Oh.
It wasn't the food. It was bloody, obviously, the water they washed the salad in.
Yeah.
Robert's
saying he must mean condo, Tom. Yes, correct. But I'm talking about condos because we've bought land, but we're now buying. We're now trying to buy more condos at the moment. Within this block, I'm trying to buy my neighbours so I can knock them through.
Yeah, no, that's the same with Thailand, Philippines, and many others. You can't buy the land, but you can buy the condos with no problem.
Yeah, but so we're buying off the frank, but nothing's in my name, Robert. I don't own anything here at all. I don't own my car. I don't own anything here at all.
Sorry, I should have.
You got a bit of hay fever.
I should have hit mute then. Sorry,
That's
was
right.
too late.
better out than in.
Oh, damn right. That's the first one for tonight.
Yeah.
I've been going since bloody.
Yeah, I'll put. I know, like
morning.
Robert, you've been married to your missus for a long time. I've been married to my wife for like 14 years, so there's full trust between us. And even if my wife said to me tomorrow, to be honest with you, Tom, it's all over, I want you to leave, I would just go with a little with my hand luggage. That's all I need. I don't need a lot more than a hand luggage. I'll be gone.
No, look, I'm the same. Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't been married for ages since my wife passed and that. So
how long ago was that, Chris? How long ago was that?
2014. But
oh right, okay, yeah. So my wife passed 10 years before yours.
Right.
Yeah. She passed in 2004.
But it's the same, hanging in the wardrobe upstairs. I've just got my suit pack. It's got absolutely everything to travel for 14 days.
Yeah. Gorgeous Thailand. Totally agree with that comment there. I love that comment. What do you think, Chris? Oh, nothing. So refreshing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
There's a lot to be said for it, I think.
It is absolutely. This is right. We're right where I'm sitting at the moment is the last place that I physically own, and I spent the day with my realtor at the moment, working out the best way to get rid of it.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
A property's moving. They moving there now, Chris.
Yeah, they're starting to move again. They had a bit of a dip, it peaked and then it fell, but now it's just come back to just below the peak.
Yeah. And then you'll start your travels again.
I'm out of here, mate. You won't see me for the dust.
So you're going to go from Australia to Hong Kong, then to Thailand.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You'll stop off in the Philippines as well, or
yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I'll lay my bones and bits and pieces in the Philippines, and then scoot back over to Thailand and work it from there. Until Spanky finishes her contract, and all shall be good. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. That could change.
Is Spanky got a contract in Hong Kong? Then she got a contract there, has she?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So she stuck to that contract. She can't get out of it, or sorry,
look, she can, but it's much easier if she doesn't. Yeah, it's money. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, he's off to bed. He's busy at immigration with friends in the morning. Yeah, see, Robert, you're just like me. I'm always going to immigration with people, helping them out. Or my wife is. She's what we always go, take them there and look after them.
Don't worry. When I get there, mate, I'm going to land on your doorstep. It's like, all right, where do we go from here?
Yeah. A gorgeous Thailand. You're what are you going to get? You're going to get a marriage visa? Or you're going to get you're going to get a retirement? You put it in the chat. I sold my house in Sydney 3 years ago, moving away. Being an owner or anything, you're the same, John. Aren't you? You got no you haven't got no kids, John, have you? So you're just going to go solo, aren't you? You're just going to be a free flyer.
Yeah, same as me. Yep.
Yeah. Once you're a free flyer, you're away, aren't you? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. My mum and dad, they're both gone. Only family I've got are in the UK.
You're an orphan.
Yeah, that's me, mate. Absolutely orphan.
Have you got a UK passport as well as a Australian, or?
No, I've got dual. I've got Swiss Australian passport.
Oh, really? You got a Swiss passport?
Yeah.
Fuck me, that's worth a fucking fortune.
Is it really? I've never really looked. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, mum and dad were on the Swiss side, so yeah, that kind of worked out well. So.
Oh. Yeah. John's saying no, kids, go commando, Tom. Go commando. I go commando anyway.
Yeah, don't we all?
Yeah. It's just where we live, isn't it? It's just so much easier just to chill out, just walk around in a pair of underpants and a linen shirt. It's just it's simple,
Yeah.
I have to get dressed up. Like sometimes when I get the notifications from Chris, I'm going live. Then Chris says, "Oh, pop on, Tom. I bet you're naked," and I am. Exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
It takes me 10 minutes to get ready.
Just come on, put a shirt on first. It's all good.
I know, but your live stream's fun. It's really good fun, Chris. It's really.
Yeah, we try, mate. We try. Yeah, it's all.
I live in a 5-bedroom bungalow in. Oh, nice, top spec, but I don't own it. Crazy. No, I love it. So chilled out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you've
it.
Probably been if you've been in your job 37 years, you've obviously been with your wife a long time, so she ain't going to throw you out anyway, is she?
Yeah, no, you wouldn't think so. Yeah, no, that's great, mate. Yeah,
and if she did, he's still got his pension, no doubt. Anyway, and hopefully, when you took you retired now, gorgeous Thailand. Because if you've taken your pension, I really hope you didn't take an annuity. I really hope you've done a drawdown pension. You got a choice, you see, in the UK.
Yeah, same in Australia. Yeah,
Drawdown's the way to go.
Draw down,
much cash out as possible. Take as much cash out as possible and do a drawdown. But it's not financial advice.
Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah. You can take more, but the government's can't take a big chunk. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But it is nice though when you get that chunk of money tax free. It's like lovely.
Yeah.
Not wrong. But we were talking earlier before you come on, Chris, just saying that the governments are just changing all the fucking rules all the moment. It's like they're even saying they're going to change the rules again in the UK. Which is hopefully won't affect me because even though I lived all most of my life in Spain, my actual state pension's in the UK because I transferred it from Spain back to the UK.
Yeah.
So which you're allowed to do.
Yeah.
I have a girlfriend. Oh yeah, he's got a girlfriend, 3 kids. Oh, so he's got 3 kids with the girlfriend to take it.
Right.
8, 6, and 4. So around the same price. Anna's 5. Life could be better. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Are they going to go to Thai school there? Are they, or are they going to international school? I took Hannah to international school, but she just didn't get on there. So she goes to Thai school now, and she absolutely loves it. So she's learning Thai, which is the most important thing.
Yeah, that's it. Some of the international schools, I mean, when I married my Philippine wife, she came with a 4-year-old that was in a international school in the Philippines.
Yeah,
and look, great kid, absolutely great kid. But when we moved to Australia, he just went to a private school here and stuff like that, and honestly, it was no better. Yeah, okay, they learned a few bits and pieces, but other than the amount of money that we spent on that versus going to the public school system, it really wasn't worth it. Not at all.
No, and when you look at Thailand, the opportunities for the kids, that would be the one concern about me. If we was living up in Isan, there'd be no opportunities there for Anna whatsoever because there's no need for the English language in Isan.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
Whereas down here, we live in a digital city here, so it's so important. English is so important. It's the second language.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing. That's one thing I love about the Philippines. I mean, even the public school, English is the primary language, and then Tagalog, which everybody speaks.
Yeah.
English is still, that's what everybody's taught in, even in public
Yeah,
school.
but what's it called? Tagalog? What's it called?
Tagalog, which is Tagalog, which is it's a language that covers all of the Philippines.
Okay.
You got
because that's got a lot of Spanish. That's got a lot of Spanish in it as well, isn't it?
It's got a good percentage of Spanish and stuff in it. So
yeah. Because I was in London once and I heard these two people speaking, and I said to them, "Whereabouts in Spain are you from?" And they went, "We're not. We're from the Philippines." I said, "But you're speaking Spanish, but it's like an ancient. It was an ancient Spanish.
That's
which
right.
Is a bit like Portuguese, which is really hard for me to understand.
Yeah,
it's quite throaty and it's quite hard to understand for me. So
it is, Well, I mean,
but I said, but you're talking Spanish. I can see it because as I went up to it and greeted each other, they greeted each other in Spanish.
That's it. Yeah. But I mean, let's face it, the Spanish, smashed up the Philippines before the Americans got theirs big time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's part of the.
Well, they had brought culture to the island, and I'm quite sure the Americans bought it. Well, they're the ones who bought the hamburgers there, the hot dogs, and the fucking burger stalls.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Apparently, that's what the food's about over there, isn't it? I've heard the food's quite limited. Is that correct?
People say that, but I love the Philippines food. I mean, if you look at the basic diet and stuff like that from what you see online, it's like, I don't want to eat that. But everybody has got a variation and stuff like that. It's as varied as Thailand and stuff like that. How hot do you want it? How sweet do you want it? All that sort of stuff. People are only basically looking at the food chains.
Gotcha.
You go to McDonald's and want a Big Mac, you actually got to wait because everybody wants McDonald's, which serves spaghetti and stuff like that.
Yeah. You want McDonald's here.
Yeah, same with Jollibee, which is now worldwide, and places like that. But when you're cooking at home, it's no different from Thai food, really. It's just people don't want the sweet
Thailand
stuff.
is saying it's a really gorgeous. You're not in the same situation as me, so he's saying his kids are like half, same as Zam, mixed race, in Thai English, but they were born and live in Thailand. The only difference with that with mine is Anna's got dual citizenship. She was born in the UK, so she's got both. She's got a UK passport and a Thai passport. So they go to regular Thai schools and they are happy. Any extras required, and also you've got 3 of them, so they're bouncing off each other anyway as well.
Yeah. Actually, the one above it is very, very true from John. Yeah. Life's not a dress rehearsal.
Yeah, you haven't met John yet. You haven't met John. He's a great guy. John says it as it is.
Absolutely. Look, I watched all of the 4 hours of Dave's this morning. Gotta love Thailand.
Did you? I didn't see all of that. Yeah.
I was busy doing other stuff, but I was watching the chat.
And it running in the background.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just like, absolutely. I like, John, trust me, I like your comments because they're to the point, and if other people don't like it, screw them.
Yeah. It's as good as it gets, really. Yeah, John's
That's right.
a good guy. He comes out to lunch with us.
Nice.
Yeah. So he comes out to lunch, and we have a lovely. We was in Peaky Blinders last Friday. I'd like to go over there this Friday as well. I'd go there every Friday.
Because, stop it, you bastard. Jeez.
No, seriously, because we go out, dine. We're going to the Vietnamese Tuesday, so you like that, Chris?
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, we go to the Vietnamese restaurant on Tuesday, I believe.
Hotter the better. It's actually taken me almost 3 months to get the local Thai restaurant just up the road to get it up to Isan hot. It's just like,
oh really?
Yeah, once I actually got a hold of the head chef there in the Thai restaurant. Now, I mean, it is a good Thai restaurant. I mean, they got the picture of the king and the queen and all the rest of it. So it's not like Chinese Thai or Cambodian Thai or anything like that. They're true Thai and stuff like that. And I'm like,
gorgeous Thailand. Just saying, all his kids has got UK passports as well, which is good.
Yeah, that's a bonus. Yeah. But
it gives them more of what I've said to Anna is, if you want to go to university when you're 18, go back to the UK, take about £250,000 pounds worth of debt off the government, and then when you finish, just come back to Thailand and knock them for the debt.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Yeah.
So it's been a tough week this week. We had a really tough week with all the restaurants we've gone to. Living down here, I can't live in John Tien with Anna because she's 5. I just don't want to be brought up in that environment. I love John Tien, but it's just better being brought up in this area here, by the sea.
Yeah.
Tonight she's got out foraging.
Nice people.
He's gone foraging tonight for clams in the sea tonight.
That's nice.
The missus come back with a massive bucket, about 5 kilos of clams. So it's been really good. We love life, So
that's great.
So what are you up to this week, then, Chris? What are you up to?
Oh geez. I got a shitload of just small stuff here, there, everywhere, and all the rest of it. So it would take me an hour to go through it, but trust me, I got plenty on.
Well, what I need is this is what I need. I need the film industry to release a really good historical film. That's what I need.
Hang on, let me think. This year, you're gonna have to wait about a month and a half, about 6 weeks, before you see some good stuff. Yeah, can't say much more than that. You know what NDAs are like, mate? Bloody hell, I'll get my ass cut if I say any more.
Oh yeah. No, I just really need I really enjoy the historical dramas,
Yeah. Well, there is actually.
I enjoyed that new version of All Quiet on the Western Front. I thought that was very good.
Mate, there is one that's coming that you go, oh, I can't say too much, but it's the way it's shot, the way
I should have got a few more whiskies inside you.
Oh, mate. I tell you, exactly. Yeah. No more. Not tonight. I'm going to bed straight after this. I'm actually going to bail out. Yeah. I got a bottle of Johnny Walker white and blue, which comes from you've actually got to get it from the JW.
Well, I don't think I've seen the white. I've never seen the Johnny Walker white. I've seen the blue, the green, the red, the black.
Look, you can get them anywhere, but the white with the blue writing and stuff like that, you've actually
that's rare, isn't it? That's rare, isn't it?
Doesn't get much rarer, mate.
I've never seen it.
I've been a long-term member of the Whiskey Club, so you can actually get it without actually having to go to JW themselves.
I've got quite a nice bottle of whiskey here. It dates back to about 1960. It's the bottle of Cutty Sark.
Oh, right,
43%.
Yeah. Well,
I think I'll sell it. I think I'll probably sell it because
I
looked online. It's worth about 40,000 baht, but I'll probably sell it just for 20, just to get rid of it, I suppose.
Nah, don't do that. Hang on to it, mate. I got a 72 white blue, which is probably worth about, at the moment, last I looked, it's about 15 grand Australian. So whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
No, if you want to buy it off me, then seriously, I'll keep it and you can buy it off me. I've had the bottle for 40 years. I've had it for 40 years. The bottle.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the bottle's unbelievable. It's one off.
Yeah. Well, I've got another one,
and the AVB on it is 43%.
Yeah. No, that sounds about right. I've got one that I got for my 21st, which is, trust me, is a long time ago. My old man got me, and it's 53. which was over at the time, and it's still sitting in the cupboard as well in the dark. Yeah. So yeah, no. So,
gorgeous to save that for me when we meet, you know.
Yeah, you just wait, buddy. Gorgeous. You know, I'm going to be there, and we're all going to knock it off.
Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, it's not a cheap bottle. It's not a cheap
hell
bottle.
No, they're not cheap at all. Yeah, you know,
I reckon the bottle alone's pretty worth money.
The blue is fine, you know, I get that, but you get the white blue, which only comes from the factory itself, and theoretically you've actually got to go and buy it.
Is that still a blended whiskey, or is that
no,
aged?
It's straight, it's aged, yeah.
Okay.
But you can only buy it from JW themselves. Theoretically, you've actually got to go and buy it yourself. Okay. But through the whiskey club, you can actually, you can get it, yeah.
Oh. So when do you think you'll be in Thailand then, Chris? You got any? Have you started doing any plans yet, or are you still working on?
Mate, I've got all the plans. I just keep moving them at the moment. The only thing is,
you're the same as Joe. You're the same as Joe. Joe was coming here in March, and now I think he's coming here in June. And
I would be there by now, but the only thing that's put a dog leg in it is I got to go through HK, Hong Kong. So.
Yeah,
that might put a bit of a dog leg in it, and I'm going to go through.
So how long you stay in Hong Kong for? You going to stay there for a bit of time? You think?
Yeah, probably a couple of weeks. Yeah, and then through the Philippines, and then once I get everything settled in the Philippines, I'll be bouncing straight into Thailand. Yeah.
Have you got any business left in the Philippines, or no? You all done there?
No, that's all done. Yeah. Oh. No, I finished that up a few years ago.
So where will you go in the Philippines? What, you go to a nice pop part, will you?
Look, it's just there's two places that I want to either live. You know, it's either going to be one part of the north or right down in Palawan.
Oh, you're going to live it. You're going to move to the Philippines, so you're going to.
Yeah, I think so, to be honest with you, because I spent so much time there. I've got so many friends there and bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And
it makes sense.
It does. Makes sense. It does. I mean, there's not that much difference between cost of living between that and Thailand.
Yeah.
And the price, let's face it, it's, $100 or $120 to just bounce across to Thailand. From the Philippines.
Exactly.
So, come over, get drunk with you guys, and then go back home. It's not rocket science at all. So I weighed both of them up and stuff like that. I get the Thailand thing and all that, but I spent 14 years rock solid, bouncing in and out of the Philippines, living there.
At the end of the day as well, Chris, you get to an age where you do what you want to do. I've had this with my wife. My wife says to me, let's go up to Isan. And I said to her, when I got to 60, I just said, I'm only going to ever do what I want to do. And if you don't like it, that's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
I know it sounds really selfish. It sounds like I'm a real selfish bastard. Probably because I am. But
it's not.
What is the point of me going to Isan when I cross the Sukhumvit? I cross the Sukhumvit from here. I go away from the coast, and I'm sad. I'm just sad till I see the sea again.
Exactly.
Because I love living by the sea. I've got to live by the sea.
Yeah. I
don't speak any Thai. Family don't speak no Thai. And I said to her, look, I've got no problem you going up there seeing your family. Please go up there see your family, but leave me here with a cat. An old cat sit. And I'll be the best cat sitter ever.
Yeah.
You know? So
look, I'm the same. I mean, my Tagalog's not bad. I can get on. And pretty much everybody speaks a bit of English, or most. And
the visa's easy there.
The visa is a shitload easier than what it is in Thailand. Basically, put your money down. That's it. Bang. Until you go toes up, that no one asks a question.
Yeah, exactly. And as you say, from there, if you say, "Oh, I'm going to go to Thailand for 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, or 4 weeks," you can do it, can't you?
Absolutely. I mean, you can stay 3 years on a tourist visa, for God's sake. So,
So you know, when you said you staying, just so I know for future reference for other people asking, so you can stay there on a tourist visa for 3 years.
Yeah.
So if you leave there for 6 months, can you go back and do another 3 years?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You
got to leave for a certain amount of time. I take it, have you?
You've only got to pass midnight. That's it.
Fucking hell. So really, then every 3 years, all you got to do is do a flight to Thailand for like 4 weeks, have a good time, and then go home.
24 hours, all you got to do, and come straight back. You can stay in the airport.
Yeah. Oh, well, Mike could be disappointed. He'll be losing his technical support.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But for me, I'm really pleased for you. I'm so pleased for you.
Yeah, but I'm going on a retirement visa, which is less than 20K down for a lifetime visa. It's not like 12 months. It's a lifetime visa. When I go toes up, that's it. I don't have to do anything, every 12 months or 30 days or any of that crap. It's just like, all right, you paid your money. Here's your visa, rent, buy, do whatever you want. The only thing is you can't do is buy property, but that's pretty much Asia wide. So
but the thing is, a lot of us don't want to own it anyway. Even gorgeous Thailand don't want to own it. I don't want to own it. I've got no interest.
Me neither. Yeah, no.
Like when we bought, I bought this place. I bought a place along here for storage, and when I bought that, that was owned by Falang, and the Falang said, "Oh, I'll put it into your name. You might as well have something in your name." I said, "I don't want nothing in my name. Put it in my wife's."
That's right. Yeah.
Why do I want it in my name? I'm going to die before her. It's going to make it more administration-wise. It's just easier her having it all in her name.
Yeah, that's right. Much easier at the end of the day. Yeah,
I think some guys overcomplicate it. I'm sure Robert's house is all in his wife's name. It's been, I think they've been married for 35 years. It's like a long time. They've been with each other through thick and thin, so it's normal to do that. I do chill, gorgeous Thailand, but the fact of the matter is, I'm just not into rural Thailand. It just doesn't do it for me. But at the end of the day, I'm blatantly, I am. A lot of people say, "Oh yeah, I love it up there, love it up there." I don't, what I mean. But I'm just honest. I just can't stand it.
I
just can't stand it. I like it here because I've got my restaurants. So I've got my chicken Thai noodles here, which is marvelous. And then I've got all my really good restaurants in Chonburi, and I've even got a couple of good restaurants in Rayong. So I'm sorted.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I like the Philippines. For less than 20K down, I'm there for life. But it's not just anywhere. It's the whole of the Philippines. And I can disappear to Thailand for a couple of months or, a week, a day, a month, 3 months, come back. And they're like, "Oh, welcome back."
I've just noticed on gorgeous Thailand, he's got his G for gorgeous Thailand is green and white, same as Marks and Spencer's.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh goodness. Well done.
Yeah. Where was it? Was in so was you in? I'll say it was in Pattaya. Yeah, I definitely couldn't live in Pattaya. No, I lived in John Siem for 2 years. That was great. That's where I met your wife, and it was great. She was flipping burgers. As you say, as long as you're flexible, your wife lets you come down, and like all the guys I go out to lunch with, there's like sometimes there's like I say over 20 in the group now, and it's anything between six of us to maybe up to about 16, 18 of us. But we don't go to the girly bars afterwards or anything. We just have a laugh amongst ourselves. But we kind of eat our food, and then we sit down and talk for ages. We just sit down and talk for ages and ages and ages.
That's the beauty of it,
Yeah. If you was in an Australian restaurant or a UK restaurant or even a Spanish restaurant, they'd probably be looking at throwing you out to turn the cover.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another reason. Hang on a sec while I just change tabs and move that over this monitor so I don't have to keep going from.
Oh, I've got all mine open here.
I got 260s here and a 27 and a 26 here, so I can just flick between these two. Hang on, where was I? Look, once I'm settled in the Philippines, what it costs bugger. I mean, let's face it, it costs nothing to zip across to Thailand. I could do it once a fortnight or something like that and go and have lunch with you guys and piss off back to the bloody Philippines.
Well, the flights are cheaper from Philippines than what they are from here.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
Because I've got a friend and he goes, instead of he's got a multi-entry 90 days. So instead of going to the immigration office, he goes to the Philippines 4 times a year for 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he pays about 4,000 baht for his return flight.
Yeah. And all you got to do is use a VPN where you book your tickets, and you can knock 20-30% off it, depending on where you buy your tickets.
Going Grays is in the house.
Hey, how you going, mate? Last I saw you was this morning on Dave's chat, so you must have had a nap by then. I haven't.
Just woken up. Yeah.
Well,
you're going.
Yeah, I'm gonna bugger off soon, mate. It's bloody.
I'll be going soon as well because I've got to wake up. I've got to wake up to watch the American football.
Oh, mate, my ass has gone to sleep, so it's time for me to bloody go for
Well, Chris, thanks very much for coming on, mate. I really appreciate it.
No worries at all, mate.
You're a good guy, Chris. And
if
I'll ever do anything for you, let me know.
Yeah, no worries at all, mate. Yeah, no, line keeps stopping on me all the time. And,
don't worry about it. I'm chilled out. The most important thing is you're okay. That's what I always worry about. When.
Yeah. No, I mean,
as long as I see it's red, that's all I worry about.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, absolutely.
No, because at the end of the day, we've all got our own lives to lead as well. We're all really, really busy. Everyone's really busy here. That's what I said. We're all like good friends here, but we don't live in each other's pockets. So it's really nice.
That's the best way to be.
Thailand must be a better option for you, for most surely. Yeah, but Chris's wife was Filipino, and he lived there for a long time. There, Chris, he lived there for a long time.
Yeah, 14 years. Yeah. I know the place well. I know the areas well, the people, the culture, and stuff like that. People put a stamp on the Philippines. They go, "Oh, this is a horrible place," because all they did was go to Manila, which is a shithole.
Yeah,
but it's like Thailand. Some people hate Bangkok, but love the rest of it. Well, Philippines is no different.
Yeah,
and it's got. I tell you what, it's got a lot of things over Thailand, and vice versa. So it just depends
it's all
what
down
you
to
like.
personal preference.
That's it.
The thing is, I think if I lived 14 years in the Philippines, I would be retiring in the Philippines.
Yeah,
because you're used to the culture, you're used to the rules and regulations, everything. A lot,
Dead easy, mate. Dead easy. Easier than Thailand. It really is. But,
I must admit, it's quite easy here for me. But my wife does everything. I don't do nothing. I'm quite lazy.
That's a bonus. Yeah, most definitely.
If I was had to do stuff, that'd really hurt me. I think.
Yeah. I mean, when I go back to the Philippines, I've got to renew my Philippines license, and I know the system at the LTO. It's I go in, I do the paperwork, I go and have lunch, a bite, whatever, have a look around the markets, come back and pick up a new license. It's not rocket science.
No.
It's the same thing for people that have been in Thailand for ages.
It's like somebody like me. I may never ever travel to the Philippines.
Yeah,
so I may not ever travel anywhere outside Thailand ever again.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I feel. I've been here 2 years, and the way I felt after I'd done the 2 weeks or the 3 weeks quarantine, the way I feel is I feel no different now. I never want to fly again.
Yeah. Look, I hear you, mate. I hear you. My next trip out of this neck of the woods, it's a one-way ticket.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way I've got a you know, obviously my parents would love me to go back to the UK just to see them, and I said to them, look, I will. My passport runs out in 2029. Luckily enough, I'm still well enough to travel and blah blah blah, etc. etc. I will get on a plane and go back in 2009. Anna will be 12, and I will take Anna with me and Pry, and we'll go back to the UK for a couple of months on holiday. You know, just go back for a couple of months.
Yeah, yeah, and they'll find out how bad it is now. You know.
Yeah, because what we'll do is we're going April, and it just means I can take her around the London museums. And stuff like that, you know, and I want to take her to Egypt as well. I want to take Anna to Egypt before I die as well. So
yeah,
the only two places I want to go to at the moment are I want to take Anna to London before I die, and I want to take her to Egypt.
Yeah,
the cruise down the Nile.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Just give her a taste of what she can do later on. Yeah.
Sorry to tell you, it's 55555. Oh, John, he's just a killer. He kills me every day.
John, mate, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You know, trust me, there's no bad blood whatsoever. You know, I just happen to have spent, you know, a huge chunk in the Philippines and a smaller amount in Thailand and stuff like that. Yeah. And you know, and we're all different. You know.
Well, I think the thing was anyway. Without talking out of turn, I think the idea was you may have come here and done a little bit of more nomad work, whereas I think you've come to the conclusion you don't want to do anything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no,
is that correct?
True. Yeah, you know, I've done a truckload of work since, you know, the big C or, you know, the virus or whatever hit. You know, but before then, I'd put my feet up and all the rest of it, and people said, "Oh, look, you know, we know you've been in the industry for 30 years. You know, what do you think about editing and stuff like that?" And I said, "Yeah, well, I've done some editing. I got up to speed and stuff like that. So, you know, that's kind of what I did. But you know, but before that, you know, all the rest of the stuff, I was based in the Philippines because I had a house, I had a wife, you know." A son, you know, it was a great place to be. Traveled back and forth to Thailand and, you know, all the other countries in Asia. It was centralized because my patch was from Honolulu right down to Auckland, across to Dubai and that area. And that was my patch, you know, for service work, but also got to, you know, it's just like, oh, hang on, we're shooting in Kazakhstan or something like that.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, get on a plane, go and do it. It was a good centralized place to be. But yeah, it could have been Thailand. It could have been anywhere else. It just happened to be, you know, the fact that everybody speaks English, the infrastructure is not as good. You know, it's getting better. It's a matter of what you like, what you want, and stuff like that. You know,
exactly.
Mike's from, you know, live my ass off. He, you know, he bitches and moans. You know, he loves Gracie and that, but he hates the Philippines. But you know, it depends where you come from.
Is that because the technology is totally different? Is it? Or
that's it? Yeah, I think so. You know, you know, you put this way, if you had Thai tech in the Philippines and that, you wouldn't get him out of the Philippines. But you know, I'm just assuming. But
because he definitely likes his tech. There's no two ways about it. So
absolutely, you know. But you know, there's right down the middle of the Philippines. I know the company that ran fiber right through the guts of the Philippines, right down to Cebu, right down to Mindanao, from the top to the bottom. And it's, you know, through PLDT, it's slowly spreading out like a spider.
Yeah.
You know, I can get gigabyte up and down, you know, in so many places in the Philippines now.
You'll just move to somewhere where you can get the broadband speed, won't you? That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and it's fiber to the home. It's not like, you know, half and half and all the rest of it. It's all over Australia.
So what will you do? Will you live in a condo or will you live in like a bungalow?
Probably
would you buy or would you just rent? You'd rent, Chris, would you?
Oh no, just rent because you can't. It's same, same thing. You can buy a condo, but you can't buy land and buy a house.
Gotcha.
You can buy a house, but you can't buy land underneath of it. Gotcha. So, haven't decided yet, but it doesn't really matter. It's, it's something nothing. Condos have got their pros and cons and stuff like that, but houses are better in some ways. But I can get fibre to the house or fibre to the condo and stuff like that, and do bits and pieces that I want. But I'm not interested in work. I don't need to work.
No.
So, but I don't want to go crazy either.
No, and I think that's the thing. We're all in that situation, as I say. So when I get an IT company getting and saying, "Oh, we've got this support work," and it's like 16 weeks, and it's like Monday to Friday. Or in my case, it would be like from Monday to Saturday morning, or late Friday, Monday afternoon to early hours of Saturday morning. Unless they're paying absolutely massive wages, I've got no incentive to do it.
No, that's right. Yeah, absolutely.
I've got zero incentive.
No incentive. Yeah, exactly right. Unless they're going to pay you a bucket load of money. And put some of that up front.
Yeah, well, they even done it. Like one of my old work colleagues at Toshiba, they even got him to phone me and say, "Oh, Tom, we really need you on this project." And it's like peer pressure, isn't it? It's really, really hard.
Yeah.
And even then, I said no. I said, "Look, to be honest with you, I just I ain't got the time, or the energy. Oh, once you get back into it, you'll be all right. Like blah blah blah. It don't work that way, does it?
No. There has to be a huge incentive for you to even think about it.
Yeah. All right then. Well, thanks very much for everyone coming in tonight.
Sorry to hold you up any longer, mate. I thought I'd just drop in at the end of it.
No, Chris, it was a pleasure having you on here. And to be honest with you, you've been upright, as always, up front and saying what your future plans are. So at least I know you got some direction. At least I know you'll do that.
Mate, I just tell it like it is. I don't give a flying fruit bat.
No. So on the condo, what will you get? You won't get a studio. You get like a 1 or 2 bedroom place, will you?
Yeah, so just a 2-bedroom place. Yeah.
But the second bedroom would be an office, would it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
To me, that sounds ideal. Is the climate different in the Philippines to here?
No, pretty much. It's almost like Singapore. Wet, dry season doesn't change much in temperature.
Yeah.
When you're if you go up the mountains and stuff like, but it's the same as Thailand. You go up the mountains or you go to Isan and stuff like that. It gets a bit chilly. But if you're when you're on the center line, it's just wet or dry. That's the only difference. So what does it matter? And
I will go up to Isan because I like going up there to see Dave.
Yeah. Apparently Mike's dropping.
I really enjoy. I enjoy Sarin, but I couldn't live there.
Yeah.
See you later on, Daz. I'm going too.
See you, Daz. We haven't caught up, but I've sort of caught up through you through. Oh shit! It's been a long.
You probably haven't got him online, have you?
No, caught up with him through. Oh Jesus, yeah.
What's this?
No, through bloody No Time to Be Sad, or whatever it is. So many damn channels and bits and pieces. So,
over here? Oh, I can't. I'll be honest with you. I just can't watch them all because I ain't got the time. I do the live streams.
Yeah.
I watch your live streams, and I watch Dave's if I can.
Yeah.
But it all depends about. It's easier for me to watch yours because they're in the evening. In the daytime, for me, it can be sometimes a little bit difficult.
Yeah, that's right. Look, we were going to do one tonight, but Spanky and I spent a couple of hours, bloody, just chatting, point to point, and then we.
Yeah. So what did you do? Just talk on. What did you do? Just talk on StreamYard, or you use Skype?
No, we just used
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Yeah. Much easier. You know, she had a busy day and that, so it was just
they don't really use Line. They don't use Line in the Philippines, do they? They use WhatsApp.
No, well, she's in Hong Kong, but you know they don't. It's really only Thailand that uses Line in a big way. You know? But WhatsApp is easier. You know, for work.
Does she have a problem using WhatsApp from Hong Kong?
Surprisingly not. I thought they would, you know, due to the E2E encryption, but you know, it slips past the giant firewall, you know. So
the Great Wall, the Great Wall.
That's the one, mate.
The Great Wall.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not
well, Chris, thanks very much for coming on. Thanks very much, people. See you all next Sunday.
Yeah. Thanks, peeps.
Yeah, we all love Thailand. We all love Philippines. We all love Southeast Asia. We can't get enough of it.
Yeah, thanks for putting up with me.
Oh, Chris, it's always a pleasure to have you on here, mate. And again, it's the same. You know, if Chris hadn't come on in the early days, it was you who gave me the encouragement to carry on because, you know, I was trying to get rid of it, but nobody would take it off me.
That's right. Yeah, we sort of,
you know, and I just got stuck with it. I got stuck with it. I was like, because Nikki needed it for her house, didn't she? Do you remember? Nikki was saying, I need my house, I need my watch house.
Yeah.
And,
yeah,
it's very hard, you know, getting those hours.
Yeah.
But thanks very much, everybody. And marvelous. Absolutely marvelous.
Take care, all. Yeah.